There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
Steam playing.
There we are. All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for a big day here of sports betting action, including the NFL playoffs. We're ready for our division round here on Saturday with two big games. We got two more tomorrow, but man, it's all about that steam rolling in right away here on the show, and I know you want it, and I want it, so let's get to it and get some of those latest moves here. And man, exciting action going on in international soccer. Two of the top four teams in the Premier League right now, and the Reds are back, obviously. Man U winning here 2-0. Also, Real Madrid has just scored. You can keep track of some of the scores behind me on the live scoreboard when they come on by, and we'll cover some of the action here as well when watching it live here with a great card of soccer action here on Saturday. But we got other games going on as well. Inter on top of Udinese 1-0 right now as well. So big games, big card. There's a group of Bundesliga games coming up here in just a few minutes, as well as more EPL at the top of the hour here. So let's get into some of the moves right now and start at the top of the board with the first game up. Virginia and SMU. We're seeing some steam to the over in this one with Virginia and SMU. How about that? This one at Dallas, and we're seeing the total move here just moments ago. Steam came in here on the over. It's 155 right now. But got a move here on the over with Virginia and SMU. It was 153.5, so a little bit of a steam to the over there with the Wahoos and the Mustangs. Okay, Illinois, Chicago. Let me get this one in live right now. You can check your books here. Here's some steam with Yale right now, getting steamed against Cornell. Yale here was about a 8-point favorite or so. Call it 9, but right now Yale is up to 10 at Circa. It opened here as low as 8.5. Yale just took the steam this morning here against Cornell. Also, moments ago, we just mentioned it. Illinois, Chicago taking the steam in their matchup today. Illinois, Chicago up against Drake, and they were a 3-point favorite, but no longer. Illinois, Chicago just took the steam a few moments ago in their matchup with the Drake Bulldogs today, and right now I'm showing Illinois, Chicago here here is up to a 4.5-point favorite at DraftKings right now. A little bit of juice to Drake, but the steam is on. Illinois, Chicago here just moments ago. Man United just wrapped up its victory over Manchester City. Oh, man, what's going on, City? Remember the glory days? They're still right there. Like I said, two of the top teams, the big game of the day right there, just finished. Manchester United over Man City. Here's some steam to the under just coming in moments ago. Let's go to the extra board here with Norfolk State and South Carolina State. We're seeing some steam to the under in that one between Norfolk State and South Carolina State at 4:30 Eastern and 1:30 Pacific time. And we're seeing this total here right now down to 141 and a half there with Norfolk State and South Carolina State. You heard it just seconds ago. Some steam here to the over. Abilene Christian and Southern Utah. Steam to the over here in this one with ACU and SUU. It was 148, but the steam came in on the over. These two teams do produce a few overs this year for the most part, and we're seeing that total right now between ACU and Southern Utah up to 150 right now at Circus, so about a 2-point move. Coming in here right now, early start here with Georgia Tech and NC State. We're seeing some steam here right now on this one. To the under here with Georgia Tech and NC State. The steam's coming in on the under right now at 156. We're seeing that total move lower here right now with Georgia Tech and NC State. And right now that total has moved lower here off of 156. Currently the total now in that game is at, let me get it here, 154 and a half. So steam to the under there. Full disclosure, we did go over on the overnight package in that game with our winnable picks. You can get more picks from me here today over at winnable.com/Ramon, including the over in that game. The steam just came in on the over. On the under, I'm on the over with Georgia Tech and NC State. You get those plays right now over at winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM. I've got 10 games for my overnight package there in college basketball. Here's some steam coming in right now with Lindenwood. Lindenwood is taking the steam here in their game today with Tennessee Martin. Lindenwood was a dog here against Martin, and they just took some action here moving that line. It was Lindenwood was getting 4, but now they're getting 3 for the most part here. Total in that game, 147 and a half. That's moved 2 points as well overnight, but the steam just came in on Lindenwood in their matchup with Tennessee Martin. All right, man, we got a lot of great action here. I'm passing along the information to you right now, and more steam came in with Stephen F. Austin in their matchup today with New Orleans. The steam was in on the over here in this one. It was a 145, but the steam came in. Man, you know, Stephen F. Austin's been a pretty good cover. New Orleans, not so much this year, that's for sure. In that game, man, I really tell you what, let me get to that move here, though, right now with Stephen F. Austin and New Orleans. It was 145, and now we're up to 147. That looks like a pretty good move, actually, right there. But I also want to note Stephen F. Austin here. I really do. They're 5.5 or a 6-point favorite in that game, man. I really like Stephen F. Austin in that game today. In fact, I'll recommend them right now. I don't have it in the previews, but I do like Stephen F. Austin in this game, minus 6 points on the road against New Orleans today. I don't have it in the previews, but I'll give that out as a free pick here right now. I mean, Stephen F. Austin against New Orleans. I like SFA in that one. All right, more early steam here as we're getting ready for the show. Let's get you these crucial moves. Austin P and Lipscomb. We're seeing some steam here to the over in this one with P and Lipscomb. This one at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific. And the steam came in on the over in this one between Austin P and Lipscomb. The total there, it was one. See if we can get this straight here. There we go. It was 150. This game opened as low as 151.5 between Austin P and Lipscomb. They're not totally over teams, that's for sure, but we're seeing this one all the way up to 155.5. That's been a 4-point move overnight, and the steam just came in, moving it from 153 up to 155. So some steam in there on that one as well. Man, what a morning we're going to have. We're going to have some previews here of the NBA games as well as NHL, and a preview about 10 college basketball games, some of the best games of the day involving some of the best teams around the country. So stay tuned for that, and we'll get rolling here on the Morning Steam Show. We're going to lead it off, of course, with the NFL momentarily, but we've got to report all the moves that have come in here within the last couple of minutes while I was trying to get on the air. How about Belmont? They took the steam here in their matchup today with Southern Illinois. Belmont was a 3-point favorite in their matchup with Southern Illinois. We're seeing the steam come in here right now on Belmont, and Belmont is now up to favored here by
final play.
Too much going on. Belmont here in their matchup with Southern Illinois, and we're seeing Belmont taking that steam here right now against Southern Illinois. Just moments ago here on the Morning Steam Show, Belmont up to about a 4-point favorite on the road. Also, just seconds ago, Wyoming just got called out for some steam here. The Cowboys were -2 in their matchup here today against Fresno State. Wyoming was a 2-point favorite. The steam also came in overnight on the over in that game, so we can report to you right now both moves kind of here, but the one that just came in was on the Wyoming Cowboys here in their matchup on the road today. They're up to a 3-point favorite. That one moved from 2 to 3. The total did get steamed to the over here from 145 up to 146. Not much of a move, but certainly came in on the over there with Wyoming and Fresno State. Also, Purdue got steamed in their matchup today against USC. Full disclosure, Purdue keeps moving higher. USC is my pick in this game, plus the points at home. We'll be previewing it, but you can wait if you're with me because I like SC. Purdue just took the steam, though. Good for them. And Purdue in that game right now is moving up to a 10-point favorite. Man, Purdue opened as low as 7.5 in that one. They're already up to 10. They're good, man. USC is doing pretty good, though, this year. I mean, you have USC. Purdue, we know, having a great year. They're 16-1. USC, not too bad. They're 14-3. Steam came in there on the Boilermakers. All right, and more steam came in just as we were getting ready for the show here today. And let me see if we can't get this out there right now. Here we go. Stand by.
Hear text on screen. Read aloud. Narrator. Okay.
All right. Arkansas Little Rock took some steam here just a few moments ago as we were just getting on the air here. That's what was keeping me from getting on the air. Let me go with this live steam right now. Here it is with Idaho, they're taking steam right this second. Idaho here was getting 2.5 from Weber State, but right now Idaho is taking the steam here right now, and Idaho is down to a 1-point dog here. Final. This one could be moving to a pick'em. Idaho just took the steam moments ago here, and also, as I was mentioning a little bit earlier on this one, Arkansas Little Rock took the steam this morning in their matchup today with Western Illinois. Little Rock was a 9.5-point favorite, but now they did take the steam already. This one was just as we were coming on the air here. They're up to an 11-point favorite. Little Rock took the steam here this morning. Also, Michigan took steam in their matchup today with Oregon. How about Michigan on the road here? They were a 19-point favorite in Eugene here today, and right now Michigan is 20 in this one. That one really opened as low as 16.5 there, so it's been a pretty big move overnight on the Michigan Wolverines. All right, and also more morning steam here with Prairie View and Jackson State. Hey, we cover them all. Let's get this one in, coming in live right now with Hawaii. Hawaii is taking their steam here right now in their matchup today. Hawaii, in this one, they are on the road at Santa Barbara. Hawaii's taking the steam here right now. They were a 1.5-point favorite, and right now Hawaii is taking the steam in their game, and Hawaii is now a 2.5-point favorite. Some steam coming in here on Hawaii as we speak here just moments ago on the show. Also, that Prairie View Jackson State game, steam to the under in that one between Prairie View and Jackson State. We're seeing this one did move lower here. Prairie View and Jackson State was 164.5 down to 163 just seconds ago. Right now it's Gonzaga. Gonzaga is taking the steam here right now. Gonzaga playing in action here tonight against Seattle U. Gonzaga was a 13.5-point favorite. They are taking the steam right now. The steam already came in on the over in that game. It's at 10 Eastern and 7 Pacific tonight. We're seeing Gonzaga up to a 15-point favorite on the road against Seattle. Their total was 140, opened as low as 147.5. The steam came in on the over. Right now it is 151 with Gonzaga and Seattle tonight. Might be all caught up here. Let's see what else we got. Akron took the steam in their matchup here this morning against Western Michigan. Akron was an 18.5-point favorite. They took some steam here this morning, and Akron now is a 20-point favorite in their matchup with Western Michigan today in the MAC. All right, let me start to say hello to some folks. We got a goal down here, it looks like. Hoffenheim, I believe, has scored just moments ago as the German League action gets underway here. Let me say hello to everyone in the chat and get the show underway. Here, Cash Kane is here today. Power Critter is here. R. Thompson's ready to go. Nicholas Handy also with us. Blake has found a way to grace us with his presence here today. Hello to Blake out there. Hey, the times are good in Tennessee with our college basketball. The men, the women, they're all good here. And Jim Duweiger here today. Man, you delivering a butt kicking in there. And also here's Nug in there. Bobby McCormick, he's talking some trash in there, I think, about United. Also here just moments ago, let's continue on with some steam here with Eastern Michigan and Bowling Green just moments ago. Steam coming in on the under here in this one with Eastern Michigan and Bowling Green. The steam already came in on this game on Bowling Green in the matchup, and right now we are seeing the steam come in here on The under right now in that game is opened as high as 142.5. Right now we're seeing it at 140.5 here at Circa. Also, Bowling Green took the steam. This might have been more significant. They opened 8.5. They're up to 11.5 right now. One of the bigger movers here of the morning on that one. I want to also point out one huge move here you might be wondering about if you're like me and you go diving deep into some of the recesses of the card, if you know what I mean. But on the added board today, and I haven't been able to confirm this just yet. I've been trying here for the last couple of hours, but just want to note here in the game, let me see if I can get this right. In the game between Stonehill and Mercyhurst, you might have already noticed this one. Mercyhurst opened a 3.5 point favorite against Stonehill, and Stonehill, let me check it now because last I saw, Stonehill was up to a 5.5 point favorite. Not a typo, not fat fingers here by the bookmakers. What I believe is happening here is I believe that Mercyhurst's star player is out of this game. I mean, they have a guy who is really good. I just want to take one more peek at my tweet deck here where I've set it up to see. I'm sure he's out. Here, Bernie Blunt. Let me see if we got any update with Blunt. My line service didn't have anything, so I had to kind of go into it a little bit. Okay, now he must be back in. Okay, interesting to note. Or I wish I was on the air. I actually took 5.5 points about 90 minutes ago. He was out, but I was like, I can't find any report here that Bernie Blunt is out. It is back to Mercyhurst -3. Did anybody catch that? Or, I mean, I can show you my ticket right here on screen. I guess this is why I am who I don't know. I'm not bragging or anything, but I still took Mercyhurst plus, but maybe it was Fat Fingers. I just thought maybe Bernie Blunt was injured. He's had some kind of, injury status here of late, or at least the reports were. But I mean, come on, he put up, big points against Wagner last week. He's really a good player. And, hey, I got 5.5 points and a 3-point favorite right now. I want to kind of show that ticket if I can, but we don't have time for that. Come on. Let me try to see if we got a little bit more steam, and then we'll get rolling on the show. That's so interesting going back here and seeing that Mercyhurst now back at 3 after I took 5.5 there. I hope I don't get banned from that book. See if I got it here.
Steam play.
All right, here comes some more steam. Let's just keep it rolling. Nevada here, taking the steam right now. Game 731. They were a 14-point favorite against Air Force, but Nevada just took the steam right now up to 16, it looks like, in their matchup. Also, the steam came in on the under in that game earlier this morning between Nevada and Air Force here. And right now it's in fact, the spread is up to 17 here at Circa, and the total, the steam came in on the under. It opened as high as 135.5. It's 134 right now, 134.5 with Nevada and Air Force. Steam just came in seconds ago. Long Island and Fairleigh Dickinson. Steam here to the under in this one with LIU and Fairleigh Dickinson. Seeing some steam here to the under in that one. It was 145 there in that one. This one's at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific. Steam came in here. It was actually as high as 147 earlier. And let's see what we got right now in this one with Long Island and Fairleigh Dickinson here tonight. It's currently down to 143.5. That's at least a 3.5 point move or so off the opener there with Long Island and Fairleigh Dickinson. All right, I think we might be ready to go here a little bit. Here we go. Youngstown State did take some steam earlier as well. I want to mention this one. Youngstown today took the steam in their matchup with Cleveland State. Youngstown was a 6.5 point favorite in their game with Cleveland State today, and right now we're seeing that move come in here right now, or earlier. On Youngstown State, they're up to a 7 or a 7.5 point favorite in their game against Cleveland State today. Let me continue my salutations, and then we'll get the previews going here for the show. Hopefully you're entertained by all these moves. Again, this is a great way to, we can't cover 120 games today, but hopefully we can get some winners, or you can track the steam. Hello to Philly Eagle Flyer here. Hey everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel Sports Money here on YouTube, fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Philly Eagle Flyer with some soccer action here right now going on. Like I said, hopefully we got those scores coming in behind me. Public Enemy, good morning. Jimmy Lambo is here today. And Power Critter talking about that move. Let's look at Philly Eagle Flyers action here. Benfica, PSV, Galatasaray, Liverpool, Arsenal, Villarreal. I think that might be win or draw picks here and Bilbao, Munich, BTTS over 2.5. I think. I hope I'm getting these right. Philly Eagle Flyer, you got them on the screen. That's all that matters. There, I better stop saying them before I mix up the words there with the run on. Samford took some steam today. Also, they were a 3.5-point dog against East Tennessee, but Samford took some steam in their matchup today with East Tennessee State, and it was 3.5, but Samford took that steam, and right now I'm showing here Samford is getting 2.5. I'm just using my diction there so I don't sound like Stanford. Seth Dominius is here today. Good to see you, Seth. He was talking about the hedges there. Yeah, maybe I could just put in the hedge there a little bit. I didn't put that bet too heavy, but I looked all over for Bernie Blunt. I was going on the website. I was doing some searches. I'm like, what's going on here? How can they be? Maybe it was Fat Fingers there. And hey, can't cancel my bet now. We're already on it. I almost want to make sure we got the bet in now with that one. Make sure they didn't ban me already. Let's see there. Okay. There it is. All right. I bet it at Bet Online. It wasn't a lot. These added games. I mean, you might think I'm some high roller here, but well, we got them plus 5.5. Not a big bet, but let's just say it wasn't 3 digits, but it might have been 2 digits. All right, let's keep it going. Say hello to some folks. NYC Bar is here as well. And Greg loves the steam. He loves hearing the steam. We've got right now one move coming in. It's on Wofford. It's on Connecticut and Georgetown. That's what it is. We got 2 of them coming up back to back here. Connecticut and Georgetown. Some steam to the over in this one. It was 141. I dropped my pen. Oh, this is so exciting. Connecticut and Georgetown. Right now we're seeing the steam come in here on the over in that one, and right now this one is up to 143.5, about a 2.5-point move here. Connecticut and Georgetown, steam to the over. Also just moments ago it was Wofford and Furman. Hey, wait a minute, did we just talk about that one between Wofford and Furman? Now let's see what's going on. I'll tell you this. That one is in our 10-game pick package, but the steam just came in on the over. My pick is on the side. Steam coming in here on the under in this one between Wofford and Furman at 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 Pacific time. And right now that total, which was as high as 153.5, is down to 150 here with the steam coming in on the under. Make sure you pick up that package from me for my top 10 plays here for tomorrow. When are we going to get to the NFL, Ken? We're leading off with the NFL here today, of course, with the 2 big games. Can't wait here. And don't forget, I know now it's Saturday. We are here tonight with coverage of the late game on the Sports Money Network with San Francisco and Seattle. Will be here at, I believe, 7:45 Eastern, 4:45 Pacific time. I want to say it could be earlier. I'll check. But 49ers and Seattle tonight, live companion stream coverage on the Sports Money Network tonight. And I know now, and so I can make it All right, here we go. Florida International also here taking the steam right now in their matchup today. Florida International against Sam Houston. Uh, uh, Florida International was getting 1 point from Sam, but Florida International's favored now in that game. And Florida International's a 1.5 point favorite in their matchup with Sam Houston. That steam came in just a short while ago. And also Princeton took some steam here in their matchup today against Harvard. The steam also came in on the over in that game earlier, but right now it is. Princeton, they're now getting 3.5. They were getting 4.5. The total came in there on the over in that game. It was opened as low as 128.5, and now we're showing it at 132.5 there with Princeton and Harvard here. Steam on Princeton and the over this morning. All right, I think we should try to get started here. Thank you for all the great comments here. Want to say hello to Cameron Sinnett as well today. All right, I'm at least ready to go here, I think, forward in just a moment. Here, I think we caught up on most of it. I got one more here for you. Miami of Ohio took some steam here as we were coming on the air. They were laying 9.5 against Buffalo today, but the steam came in on Miami O. They're now an 11-point favorite there. Miami of Ohio took the steam against Buffalo. We got to talk about Miami of Ohio. In fact, that is a great game. I don't have it in the preview, but Buffalo does come into that game 13-4. I know all eyes are kind of on Miami of Ohio as one of the 3 remaining undefeated teams left at 18-0 right now. They are a double-digit favorite, but Buffalo has had a pretty nice season so far. The steam's on Miami. They are very good, but Buffalo just 4 losses. It probably should be in the previews here, but we just got a lot of major games here. Okay, gang, thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam show. It's going to be a great show here this morning. Eric says he's got his plays all ready to go. Why do I need to do anything here with the picks? Guys, these are big games. You don't need my picks, but I do want to preview the games with you and talk some games and some players as well today. I'm your man when it comes to players, right? You know, when you're watching those games and those guys get those receptions or those touches, you know, you're thinking about what I said about them, I know. So let's get started. We got to go here, man. It's almost top of the hour. Let's get started with the NFL here tonight. Oh, we got some steam came in and ruined it. let me see what we got. We got to at least look at it. UCLA is taking the steam right now in their matchup just moments ago. UCLA in their matchup today with Ohio State. This game's in the preview. We'll get to it. UCLA was getting 4.5. UCLA is taking the steam here right now against Ohio State, down to 3.5. Steams on UCLA. That was triggered by DraftKings, so watch out. The rest of the market's going to be a little bit behind in that one, but the steam has come in here on UCLA in that game with Ohio State. All right, do we have it all here? St. John's took some steam. Man, St. John's, they were a pick'em against Villanova. I just got to squeeze this one in if I can. They were a pick'em overnight against Villanova, but right now in that game, pretty good game, obviously, right? You got St. John's 12-5, Villanova 14-3, and St. John's, they were actually a 1.5 point dog, not just a pick 'em. St. John's has moved all the way to a favorite in this game by 2.5 or even 3 right now at BetOnline -115. Oh, man. Okay. Shuffle those papers. No recap of last night. Probably didn't have enough winners to talk about it. Let's get started on the NFL today with the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. Speaking of a shift of favorites this week, what do you think of that with the Bills and the Broncos? We know that the Bills opened up the favorite. You can note this. It doesn't happen too often because so often in the division series, in the division round, you're going to have home favorites. That's just the way there is. We almost end up with 2 home dogs in this one, but Denver has moved to the favorite here in the game between the Bills and the Broncos today. We'll just note that when there is a big shift of the favorite, that usually, where's my, hold on a second, the banner's kind of getting away from us here. There we go. All right. Should be noted a little bit that when the in the division round, teams that have opened an underdog and moved to the favorite have lost 4 of the last 5 times that has happened. It's only happened 5 times in 20 years. But just to note, the list of division round teams that started as an underdog and moved to a favorite have lost 4 of the 5 games in that time that has happened. It's only happened 5 times in 40 years, but just note that because I don't think it's coming back. I think the Broncos are going to end up here as the favorite. They're favored by 1 or 1.5 here today, but hey, let's get your plays going here if you want in this one. I'll have a little bit of breakdown here anyway with these two. So the Bills got their first road playoff win last week, of course, in 33 years with the victory there at Jacksonville. They're 1-8 in their last 9 road playoff games, but they've been doing well defensively. They've really stepped it up defensively because hey, the offense, as great as Josh Allen is, and he's a clutch player, no doubt about it. They really that run game, that number 1 run game. Where were they against Jacksonville? Although Jacksonville, we knew they had the number 1 run defense going in, and they stopped them. And what did Buffalo do? They abandoned the run a little bit and went to the pass. Is that going to happen today because they're taking on the number 2 rushing defense in the league in the Denver Broncos if they don't see what they like from Cook and their running game here? Are they just going to bail it right now and go to that passing game, even though we know the Buffalo wide receiver core is, having some trouble with their health right now? Now, Khalil Shakir, if he gets 12 receptions again, I would be floored against this Denver defense. Look, Jacksonville's defense, they were doing a great job. They really did excel this year, kind of building themselves up a little bit. And this is a historic defense in the Denver Broncos. So this is going to be much, much tougher for the Buffalo Bills. I think Allen is the best quarterback left, the most clutch quarterback left. Kind of like when I say best quarter, you can look at Stafford and everything, but look, if anything, Stafford's on the down. There's an arguable that, Allen is still at the top, if he's not the peak of his game right now. You just almost wish that Buffalo wish you had enough of a supporting cast with this team. This is the moment of opportunity, and it doesn't feel like the franchise is quite in position to get over the hump here, but if anybody can do it, it's Josh Allen here. Look, I'm down on the running game, but I was down on the running game last week. I guess I was proved correct, or those of us who thought that would be the case, but then the passing game started, Shakir started going. It's just going to be much, much tougher against the Denver Broncos defense. In fact, I'm on the fade train with Shakir and Brandon Cooks in this game. I actually like Keon Coleman here and his numbers anyway, prop-wise. He's probably the only guy that I can get behind in the passing game out of the receivers. Now, I am all over these tight ends on Buffalo. I'm going to play Kincaid. I'm going to play Knox here. I'm going to play both of them for sure here. It looks like Maines has just scored a goal right now. Maines just scored in their matchup. So I like Kincaid and I like Knox. And which one do you like better? I don't know. I guess I think they're kind of even here a little bit. Kincaid will probably get more reps, but I think you're going to see a heavy volume with Kincaid and Knox here. Knox has kind of turned into the goal line receiver there a little bit. I know we make fun of Kincaid a little bit with the famous incident there, not getting the touchdown, not catching that 2-point conversion, but still, this is where Allen is going to have to go. And Allen, I expect him to be on the run. I like Allen's rushing props here too, here tonight. So I think it's Allen in the drop back, if they do abandon the run game with Cook, look, if they can get Cook going, it would be a big boon here to the Bills. But I just have my worries here against Denver's defense, you guys. It's a big difference from Jacksonville, I think, actually. Real quick, some steam coming in here right now. I want to give you the freshest steam. It's on Indiana State and their matchup with Murray State. Indiana State was getting 13 points today, but they just took the steam against Murray just moments ago. And right now, Indiana State here was getting 13, and I want to say right now it is down to 12. 12 here right now with some steam coming in there on Indiana State. All right, continuing now. Real Madrid just has defeated Levant by the score of 2-0 just moments ago. Okay, continue on though here with my evaluation of the personnel in the game today. So Keon Coleman, I am okay with Coleman. And also the tight ends. I really feel strong about the tight ends today for Buffalo. I believe that is the way to go today for sure. So we'll see. But give me your opinions on those if you want. Let's see here. Also, let me continue on now also with Denver here. Look, we know that Buffalo was real suspect defending against the run here, but I think that for R.J. Harvey, he is going to be more involved in the passing game here. I think that the Knicks will be throwing to Harvey. I think Jaleel McLaughlin here for Denver could be the wild card in this whole thing. I like McLaughlin here, maybe on his rushing and receiving. He may end up getting the carries between the tackles because Harvey is so dangerous, really, when you throw the ball, or at least maybe they should make sure they're throwing the ball. He just had one target against the Chargers, but we know he's a guy that can get 4, 5, 6 receptions a game if they do target him enough. I mean, we saw that several times this season, multiple receptions for Harvey, and I think that's where he excels right now. Really not known for his, so much of the rushing prowess, although against Kansas City, 14 carries, 43 yards, a good game against Jacksonville the first time around, or Jacksonville in the regular season, 7 carries for 50 yards. But really, if they can get him the ball in the flat a little bit, I think that works out a lot better for Bo Nix here. Look, it's a tough matchup. One thing Buffalo does, they're pretty darn good against the pass for sure. I don't like Sutton here necessarily. I do like Troy Franklin, though, here. His receptions, they appear to be pretty low, actually, and I think Franklin can get over his receptions here pretty easy in this one. But other than that, I don't know if I like any of the passing game here too much for Denver, but they'll have to get it done if they're going to win this game. The one guy I like here, Evan Ingram should get targeted more. It feels like. Watch out here for Nate Adkins. Really no action here, but reading the beat writer reports on this game, look, we don't have the game plan or anything, but watch for Nate Adkins today, the tight end. Really hasn't done much in weeks. He was injured for a big part of the season, but did have some decent performances as well early on. He scored a touchdown against the Jets back, I think it was in week 7 or 8, 6 or 7. But he is my surprise player here. And I think if you want to put the ATD out there on a long shot today, Nate Adkins is my man to score that 20-1 shot here, I think, on an ATD today. I like Nate Adkins for the Denver Broncos. Okay, real quick, you're typing in your plays. A little more college basketball steam for you here. Minnesota taking the steam against Illinois on the road. They were getting 16 points. Was Minnesota here, but here comes the steam on Minnesota right now, and they're down to a 15.5 point favorite. It was 16.5 down to 15.5. Steam on Minnesota seconds ago. UL Lafayette and South Alabama took some steam here in this one to the under. It was 128.5. I wouldn't be surprised if this one goes all the way down to 126. I think this is one I can really get behind here with UL Lafayette and South Alabama game under. It was 128.5. It actually got dummied up a little bit, it feels like here. Right now it is back down to 127, but it could go lower. UL Lafayette and South Alabama just took some steam to the under. Also, UC Irvine and UC Davis steam to the under in this one. It was 146.5. We're down to 145. Another good one here, it looks like, with Cal Irvine and UC Davis. We're seeing some steam to the under here in this one. It is all the way down here right now to 145.5 at Bet Online. So some of the books are a little bit slow on this one right now with the under on UC Irvine and UC Davis. All right. And let's see what else we got here. We're talking NFL football here right now, and I want to hear from you in the chat with our matchup today between Denver here and the Bills. Bills have won 6 of their last 7. They've covered 8 of the last 7 meetings with the Denver Broncos overall. The Bills have won 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two. Denver, of course, comes in having won 13 of their last 14 games coming in right now. And not to mention, they've also gone over in 4 of their last 6, as has Buffalo. Denver has failed to cover for their last 6 games overall. They've obviously had the week off. Just don't see teams really in this situation. So much respect for Buffalo in this game to start a favorite, but gradually the Broncos have become the favorite now by 1 point here. Denver, their favorite. They're not a very good favorite this year. Actually, just 3-9 ATS this season as a favorite. And they've been going under. Actually, I said over in 4 of their last 6, but they're also under here, I believe, drawing back a little bit here of late. Let me hear from you in the chat right now. I'm not done, but man, I got to get to your comments here, and maybe I can pick up a little more of the action here today. Here we go with hello to M the Great and Parma Jake. North Dakota State taking some steam here right now in their matchup today. North Dakota State right now is taking the steam here in their matchup today with St. Thomas. North Dakota State was a 1.5 point favorite. They're taking the steam right now in their matchup with the St. Thomas Tommies. And right now, North Dakota State is up to a 3 point favorite at Circa, so about a 1.5 point move there. All right. Well, let's see. I think we already said that. Here we go. Let's go Bills, says VAR. And here we go. Let's see here. Almost great comments here. Jim Duweiger is going to lead us off. He's on the Bills money line. Nuke is on the Bills. He's, after all, wearing his Buffalo Bills cap. I don't know if he's wearing his Buffalo Bills cap in that picture, actually, but he might be wearing it right now. There. Could we have Denver and Seattle? Hello to MT. How are you, MT? Nice to see you. R. Thompson is on the Bills here. Hello to Twisted today. Also, Cash Kane against all odds with the Broncos. Superman and the Bills. That means Josh Allen, says Twisted. NYC Bar wants that Bills New England championship game. I do have a future on New England to win the AFC. And Nuke says, let's do it again. We got one win. Let's get another 9 legacy on Buffalo. I'd say our chat is on Buffalo so far. Philly Eagle Flyers on the Broncos. Bo Picks, 4 pick today, says Twisted. And Cash Kane, look, this is the concern. Even the Bills fans know that they're going to need these players here to step up. Even the ones here, right, have been activated from the practice squad here. They've had to go down and now. Look, it's not like they're bringing in Curtis Samuel. I think he's got a shoulder injury, so I think he's still questionable. But Mecole Hardman also. These are veteran guys, and even though Hardman has been with the Bills, I don't think he's done anything so far since joining the Bills. But I think he has been put on the active roster. And when you're down to Shakir, Cooks, and Coleman, you might have to have one of those two guys step up. But like I said, I think lots of action here for Kincaid and Knox. R. Thompson on the under, Eric Acevedo on the under. And, Nuke's going to be rooting for the picks and rooting for the interceptions there. And Seth DeMinnis says Allen will be running for his life. The thing is, the Broncos, they maybe get away, but, man, the Broncos got guys all over, don't they? And NYC Bar, it says only because of the home field. Yeah, I mean, if you put them on a neutral here, you got to think it's close to a pick 'em, if not Bills by a favorite. But you know what? That's what you're in the home field for. Some of these teams didn't even care about the home field, and now they're out of the playoffs. Bobby McCormick is on the Bills here. Defense, Broncos beat touch. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. Greg here on Buffalo. How about Knox? And anytime touchdown, Kincaid is receiving yards over and Allen rushing yards over in there. Ed Oliver's back. That's great news for the veteran to be joining this defense. They're going to need him here. It's good to see the veteran Oliver back there in the lineup. Okay. And maybe Buffalo and Seattle this time, says Greg. Parma Jake says Allen over. He's got him for 2 touchdowns today. Wow. Valparaiso taking some steam here right now. Let's keep it moving with the steam. I want you guys to know when these lines are moving. Valparaiso against Northern Iowa. And Valparaiso was getting 2.5 points with steams coming in here right now on Valpo. And Valpo here is currently down to +1, maybe +1, 1.5 or 1 steam on Valpo. And you got, come on, Greg. Out of the Captain Obvious department here, you trust Josh Allen over Bo Nix. But again, I think here, and Twisted says he thinks Bo Picks is showing up. Okay, so Twisted saying he's going to be throwing the picks today here. And let's see, Denver been sleeping too much. The Bills, Ibarra's got them a blowout here. Denver to get blown out. All right. Bo Nix over for hello to Toucan in the chat in there. He's got Bo Nix to run for it. Bills money line here. Twisted likes the Bills to go all the way to the Super Bowl now, and they've got past that first hurdle here. The momentum is in. Wouldn't it be great to be able to raise the Super Bowl banner in your new stadium? I wonder if that's ever happened before. Here's some steam coming in on Mercer right now. Mercer, one of the best. They're a very good spread team. Greensboro, not so much. Get on this one right away, man. I got like Mercer here in this game against Greensboro. Oh man, this one's on the move here, and we're on the air. It's up to 7.5. Can I just recommend it as as a play here? It's not my preview. I like Mercer today on the road over North Carolina Greensboro. They're now laying 7.5. I think Mercer can win this one by double digits today. They can win this one by maybe twice that. I like Mercer, though, to win minus 7.5 on the road. I won't get too carried away, but Mercer's taking the steam right now, probably for a good reason here right now. Cam says, Broncos win. Public Enemies on the under here. Good morning to Tom Reghard. That is it. I've gotten through all the comments on this game, and I agree with Public Enemy, I'm taking the under here in this one. This is an historic defense that the Denver Broncos have out there. It's going to be tough for them to win this game for sure. Their offense is, we know what the some of the Broncos' problems are here with this team is with the offense, right? You even with this backup receiving core, if you will, with Shakir, Cooks, and Coleman. I say back. I wish they had better. I don't want to criticize these guys, but Sutton, Franklin, Mims. The one guy I also do like on Denver today. In fact, out of the receivers, the guy I like out of the whole receiving core, not maybe to have the best game, but to get his numbers for sure, is Pat Bryant. Pat Bryant is completely overlooked. He had 4 receptions in the game against the Chargers. Yeah, it was a mop-up game, but he also had 5 receptions in the loss to Jacksonville, 4 receptions against the Raiders, 3 against Washington, had a big game against Kansas City earlier this year. Nobody even talks about Pat Bryant, the rookie here. I think Pat Bryant is probably my favorite Buffalo Bill out of all the receivers, all the tight ends, even better than my long shot on Adkins today. I like him better than I like Franklin. I don't know if Franklin will get, he's going to end up being a possession guy. He may not get his yardage, but I like Franklin to get over his receptions for sure. But I think Pat Bryant today, he is the unheralded guy. No one's looking at this guy. I don't know, maybe they are taking his props. I don't mean to talk about it like that, but Pat Bryant, watch out for him today. And I'm with you, Tom. I think this is an historic defense that the Denver Broncos are playing this year. We'll see. Maybe when you're playing the Raiders twice and the Chiefs. Oh, did I say that? Whatever the case may be, Denver, if they had an easier schedule or whatever. All right, here's one more, and we'll go to the next game. Steam is in on Sam Houston and Florida International here. There's some steam coming in right now on the under in this game between Sam Houston and Florida International. It already came in on Florida International overnight. Sam Houston was a 1-point favorite originally, and now Florida International is actually the favorite in that game. But just moments ago, the steam actually came in on the under in this one, and it is down from a high of 169 all the way down here to 166 at circa right now. That's a 3-point move, and Florida International is a 1 or 1.5 point favorite. They opened a dog actually in that one. All right, and thank you to Fernando. He's got an over here in Mallorca and Bilbao there. And let's get to the other game, though, here real quick, man. If we're going 15 minutes a game on these NFL games, we're never going to finish the games, huh? All right, here we go. Next up, yep, you guys are already ready to go with 49ers here. Oops. 49ers here taking on the Sea Chickens. Oh, that's so disrespectful for me to say that. Look, it's 7. It might even be a juiced 7 here. Oh, man, Fred Warner couldn't make the lineup. Oh, that was a bummer here. But obviously the big news that everyone is worried about here, or the concerns, if you will, is an oblique strain with Sam Darnold. Now, look, Darnold's going to play. He's going to get out there, but he hasn't thrown a football since injuring his oblique on Thursday. I mean, this was kind of a practice thing. So the Seahawks believe, but they don't know if Darnold will be okay for tonight's game for Seattle. This is a major concern. Now, the line has not moved to reflect here, I don't think, the potential injury. The total is continuing to move lower. In fact, if you look right now, there's a move coming in on the under right now as we speak, showing it down to 44 here right now in this one. It looks like, the screen here is kind of lit up here today with this one. And I'm showing it. Yeah, look, it looks. I'm looking at it so I can show it quickly on the phone, but you can see here the 44 there in red a little bit on the San Francisco-Seattle game. So I think we are seeing it here right now move. I think it was 45, don't you guys? And I'm on the under. We don't know if we want to go any further here in the game. I'll let you guys start to put your plays in while I cover a little bit more steam here in college basketball. Wofford is taking some steam right now as an underdog here. We already talked about that game. And, like I said, I already sent out a pick on it. Wofford here. Full disclosure, so I'm giving a second play out here, but I don't care. Subscribers, I hope it's okay. But Wofford here, my pick on the release there. Get my 10 plays by going to winnable.com/Ramon here today. But we are seeing move on Wofford. That was my call here. This on my overnight releases, and we're seeing this game move here big time right now on Wofford. So maybe we got that move right anyway with Wofford taking the steam here against Furman today. And right now Wofford is down to probably about a 4.5 point favorite, 4.5 point dog here right now with Wofford and Furman. See mostly fives out there actually right now. Note the time change here from 6 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific with Wofford and Furman. A little bit of steam coming in there on Wofford. Okay, continue now here. Start my previews in this one with the 49ers and the Seahawks. Here in game 2, we'll be on the air live, so I'll have some props then as well, but I'll talk about a few players here, maybe not as extensively. But for San Francisco here, they've won and covered 7 of their last 8 games. They're almost forgotten about here, it feels like at this point. Yeah, they lost one big game to you-know-who right there, and they're a 7-point favorite on the Shanahan plus 7 points. Okay. Seattle has covered 12 of their last 16. They've won 7 in a row. San Francisco has won 7 of the last 9 meetings. Despite that loss to Seattle, they still have been kind of running this series a little bit. San Francisco's covered 6 of the last 9 between the two. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under here. 49ers here with Coach Shanahan. Look, he's 7-4 in his career in the postseason. Purdy is 5-2 in the career in the postseason. Darnold, he's 0-1, right? We know the one he lost, right? We know the one he lost. And McDonald makes his coaching debut here. So hopefully they'll be ready and can get it together here in the game today. And, Seattle, I mean, their 3 losses were by a combined 9 points this season. They've held their opponents under their team total in 11 of the 16 games. Seahawks won, of course, it was 2 weeks ago, 13-3 in that game as a 2.5 point favorite. Seahawks won and covered. San Francisco, of course, won the first meeting 17-13 in week 1. Why do I repeat these scores? Well, if you add them all up, right, that would be 46 points. So this is a total of 44. It took them 2 games to get 46 points this season. I got to go with the under here. Maybe they'll bust out in the playoffs. We'll see a bunch of offense, but come on. There were basically 46 points scored in the first 2 games of the regular season between these two teams, and now the total here is dropping, as I said, to 44. So let's go with your comments in the chat here. I got more, but we'll be on the air tonight. We could kind of talk about it then as well. Seattle in the playoffs for the first time in 3 years. They've won 10 of their last 11 home playoff games. Seahawks have won 11 of their last 12 overall. Let me run some steam by you while I get to your comments here in this one. Just moments ago, it was Robert Morris taking the steam to the over. Oh, man, you got to think this one's going way over today, you guys. Robert Morris in Northern Kentucky. It was 152. I'm going to make a play on it right now here on the air if you'll allow me to. It's up to 154.5 right now, a 2.5 point move. So we probably missed the move on it, but I like the over in this game between Robert Morris and Kentucky today. It's not in the preview, but I'm going to chase that steam with Bobby Morris and Northern Kentucky. Get your directionals straight. Pretty good game, right? Robert Morris 11-8, Western Kentucky 14-6. I like that one to go over today. Also, there was another move that came in just before that on South Carolina State. We'll go to the extra board here for that one with South Carolina State against Norfolk State. They were getting 6.5. Were South Carolina State here, and the steam has come in on this one, and we're seeing it right now down to 5 right now with South Carolina State. Steam also came in on the under in that game. It opened as high as 142.5, and we're down to about 141, 141.5. Not a huge move, but steam did come in on Norfolk and South Carolina State to the under, and also South Carolina State. Also, Chattanooga and Western Carolina, we did see some steam come in there real quick. There to the over in that one. It was in Chattanooga and Western Carolina, steam to the over there. It was 149, and the steam came in that one. And right now, Chattanooga and Western Carolina, this one is now up to 150.5 for the most part, 1.5 move there. Steam to the over, Chattanooga and Western Carolina. All right, let me go to your comments in the chat right now. In this one, here we go. Well, come on, Art Thompson's on the 49ers. Look at the avatar there. But look, I mean, I'm taking 7 points with Shanahan against the 85 Bears, probably. Okay, give me the 49ers and Seahawks under here with Public Enemy. I'm with Public Enemy on both games. Me and Public Enemy riding with those unders today. Cash gain here on the money line with the Niners. Here's our Tomps on the under, and everything, sir. Just the fact that we have this question mark that the team brought up, right? I mean, they put it in the injury report there with Darnold here. Look, he is. I think so too, Nuke. I think he's going to play, but how effective can he be? This, the oblique strains are makes it very, very difficult. But you know what? You know what I mean? You might get shot up a little bit, right? Do you get shot up for an oblique strain to make the pain go away so you can't hurt yourself any worse, right? It's just the pain that bothers you when you're moving, right? Is that any doctors in the house? Bobby Mack said 49ers here and the over. I call him Dr. McCormick. Seattle due to the defense here, says Tom. No doubt about it. I mean, this Seattle defense ranks much stronger than the 49er defense here. I'll just cover the 49ers here for a little bit. I don't know if I like anybody other than I do like, other than maybe I do like the Niners a little bit. But to me, the only guy that I can get on here with confidence today is Tonjes. Look, when Kittle was out, hey, Kittle's very, very good. Kittle's one of the best. Maybe he's a Hall of Famer. I don't know. Kittle's been pretty awesome in his career, right? But when he was out, Tonjes had the game of his life. He had the game of his career when Kittle was out. And that's because that's how San Francisco uses a tight end. They don't even use a backup tight end practically at all. Luke Farrell's going to get a touch or two, I'm sure, in there tonight. But it'll be all about Tonjes, and I think Tonjes would be kind of the key here a little bit for me for San Francisco, actually. I think Tonjes is the guy to look at in the San Francisco lineup today. So now, if you're wondering, who comes if Darnold, if there's a problem, if you have to leave the game, it's Drew Lock for the Seahawks here. Drew Lock has taken the snaps in the last 2 days. Darnold cannot take a snap. He has not thrown the ball. Drew Lock has taken the reps over the past 2 days and is ready in this game if needed. So just to note right there with what's going on with that now. So over on the Seattle side, of course, a lot hedges on that. But look, I think the numbers have come a little bit low. I don't really have a problem here, even if I'm leaning towards the Niners, if you will. I might not have a problem with some of these guys here. It's just that with Walker and Charbonneau, hey, maybe you guys could figure out, give McDonald a little bit of credit there. Let me put on I want to get the Premier games going here, if you don't mind. While I'm talking about it, though, you guys can keep typing in here, and I'll look at some of the comments here. But Orchid did score already All right, that's what made me think of it. But let's see here. A few more comments. Purdy to throw 2 picks here. Okay. And let's see. Sancho says Seattle does get the win. The game could get ugly here for San Francisco. And
Steam play.
Right? Hey, this guy's a winner. This guy knows how to get it done. And hey, hats off to those, to the, in the situation with Minnesota and just getting, to those teams taking a chance, right? Because we know that Darnold has come from, we've had some moments with Darnold along the way where we made fun of him a little bit. But again, a lot of times if these guys just see it through, they can get there. Remember, quarterback, we make fun of these guys, on this channel, right? We've got these guys criticizing me all the time. I'm talking about Mikey Money. I'm talking about Ray. Some of these quarterbacks are 24 years old, and that's not – you got to be older, man. You got to be older. So I'm the one that stuck by these quarterbacks. These guys have been criticizing me the whole time. They're making fun. And then, it wasn't about Williams' ability. It's just his off-the-field habits or whatever. No, come on. You guys never liked this guy, if you will. So I'll give him the business tonight. Don't think that I'm going to back down from these guys. I'll be yelling at them here, but I might not yell at him about Darnold. We'll see if he plays here tonight in this one. All right. I've been the guy that backs some of these. They want to make fun of me for the CJ too, right? Here we go. What about San Francisco has no chances? Greg here. Stop Geo. Hello to Stop Geo. And thanks, you guys. I think we're all done with the comments. Did we cover it all here? I'm going under in both games as my picks here today on the show anyway. And you can join me tonight here with the and I'll have some props here. Let me go over the Seattle here a little bit. So I'm neutral on Walker and Charbonnet because I can't figure them out. I'm trying to figure out here. And look, I think the volume is even for the guys on the projections here a little bit. So I don't know if I like one or over the other, and I'm not sure that they're going to overproduce or reach their milestones for overs here. But also the same holds true for me for JSN today. I think they can scheme up. I think the one thing the Niners have is a terrific coaching staff. I know that certainly they get the accolades, if you will. They get all the with Coach Shanahan, but they've got a great coaching staff, really, and that's really what keeps them going. Kupp and Rashid Shaheed. Can he do it? Watch out for Rashid Shaheed on that return game today. I do like Barner at tight end today. He might be my favorite Seattle player here today, Barner. And again, maybe I'm just hesitant with the situation with the quarterback right now, but I do like Barner today. And maybe that Seahawk defense, hey, maybe they will get a pick six. Okay, you guys are done typing in the comments, so I'll move on to the basketball. We got it all covered here. We only took an hour with football and all those steam moves that came in there. And I think we got a few others that were lingering here. Here comes the big action here right now. All right, I hope you're ready. We're going to go kind of fast throughout the other games here a little bit. Don't forget to check out, I don't have to hurry off the air here with the guys, but don't forget to check out Mikey and Sharky with their previews of the 4 games. It's up right now underneath the videos tab. Mikey and Sharky did their show this week. It's a great show. Watched it. Got a lot of, you might have heard me say some of the same things that those guys did. Not all. If you watch the show, but you might have heard me talk about some of the things that Sharky and Mikey talked about on that show. But hey, you got plenty of time. The games doesn't start till the afternoon. Make sure you check out that show with Mikey and Sharky, the Betting Blitz, with the division preview right now underneath the videos tab here. You got to check that one out for sure. You're doing yourself. It's really one of the better YouTube shows of all the channels that we hang out on. I promise you that. Queens College just took some steam against Stetson. They were an 8-point favorite in Queens College. The Royals just took the steam here just moments ago, and Queens is up to a 10.5-point favorite here at the Sharp books. Some of the square books are hanging out behind. Still 9 here at Stations in Las Vegas. If I wasn't on the air, I might be willing to do this one, but 10.5 now, Queens against Stetson. All right, and did we see some more comment? Thank you, guys. We see here. Did the Giants get Jim Harbaugh? We're still waiting, Var, unless they did it while we're on the air here. I'm looking here a little bit. They still waiting for the ink to dry. Is that what's going on? And remember what I said. Look, he's going to sign with the Giants, right? And I get it. I hear what you guys are saying. When I kept saying
Major
Tomlin.
lineman.
He's the guy you want to go after, and everybody says, oh, but he's still under contract. Whatever, right? It doesn't matter if he's still – look, Tomlin, you think he really resigned, right? We know he said, let's do this the Steeler way, right? We've had 3 head coaches. Even Tomlin has, hinted, hey, maybe it's time to step down. Let's just say it was a mutual parting of the ways, right? So what's going to happen here is – I hope that Tomlin, know where Tomlin needs to go? Right here in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is the place for Tomlin. He can get this situation moving here. I believe that Harbaugh didn't coach very well for several years here, riding on his laurels a little bit. Look, I think Var means John Harbaugh, of course, but I've been a supporter of John Harbaugh. I think he has done a great job. Did they fail to get to where they needed to go? You bet they did, and they should have gotten there, right? With that defense, with that offense, right? How do you not get there with Derrick Henry and Jackson? Because you made some dumb coaching there. So maybe Harbaugh's a little bit more of a guy kind of keeps things going behind the scenes a little bit, and his game coaching wasn't that great. But in my opinion, Mike Tomlin is the guy who does more with less over there. Look, Pittsburgh, they've had some guys, right? I think Tomlin, you put him in a situation. Now, I'm not saying the Steelers, they're a great franchise. We all love the Steelers, come on. But, and look, I'm not saying he's going to save the Raiders. I'm just saying the Raiders need a real coach in here. Not talking about, Coach Carroll is a legend. He's a Hall of Famer too. But a coach who does more with less is Mike Tomlin. And he might not save the Raiders, but he is the man for the Raiders. And they need to get him here to Las Vegas and make him the coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. That's a fact. Right now. So, all right, here's some more steam real quick in college ball, Arkansas State and Troy. Seeing some steam here to the over, and then we know there's a ton of openings in the NFL, guys, right? But he's the man that I want to see come here to the Raiders right now. Arkansas State and Troy steam to the over here. It was 163 on the opener here with Arkansas State and Troy. But, man, this one's all the way up here to 167 right now. It's a 4-point move to the over with Arkansas State and Troy. Pretty good game there. Both teams 12-6. All right, let's see here. I think we missed some comments in here from you guys. Thank you. And Jags likes Jusek over in his receiving yards. I don't mind that. It's at 15.5. And I'm all caught up in the chat. Lemoyne taking some steam here on that added board right now. How about Lemoyne on the extra board taking the steam here in their matchup today?
Urgent message.
Here with Chicago State. And Lemoyne, come on, Lemoyne will beat Chicago State, won't they? They were a 4-point favorite here, and right now Lemoyne is taking the steam here against Chicago State. They're up to a 6.5-point favorite here. It looks like it's some of the books. Bovada's still hanging out at 5. If you want to hang out there, you're right, 9 Legacy. Look, I can't dial up a bunch of personnel, okay, but I guarantee you they have some good personnel. Look, Coach Carroll brought in some of his guys. They weren't the best coaches in the world, okay? I think that became apparent here. So you don't think that the you know what about some of these? They've got one of the best tight ends in the game. Should have had a monster year. Couldn't even get. He still had a good year before he got hurt there a couple times, but. And you want to keep Crosby in here for sure. Okay. Thanks, you guys. I guess that's it. They do, Greg. Look, you got to start somewhere. I mean, you guys, I think you can snap your fingers and all of a sudden turn the worst franchise in the league around. Believe me, I'm a Chargers fan. You think I'm only, playing sentimental the Raiders here because they're up the street. Bethune-Cookman just took some steam in their matchup here today with Mississippi Valley. Bethune-Cookman was a 15-point favorite on the road against Mississippi Valley. And that's going to be a hard number to cover, but they're laying even more here right now with Bethune-Cookman taking the steam right now. And I'm seeing Bethune-Cookman up to a favorite here of 16.5 right now. 1.5 move on Bethune-Cookman in their matchup today. All right, you guys ready to do some NBA here with that steam rolling in right now? Hey, we did have some winners yesterday on the morning steam, at least here yesterday. We had the Bulls on the Nets game. 2 go under was a winner here on the morning steam, but really other than that, we did have the Clippers over the Raptors. They got it done. We had the Rockets over the Timberwolves, but could only manage a 3-3 day. So see if we can't get it going here right now. And go to the NBA, you guys. All right. And we won't spend too much on them. Here's a little extra board steam in the background there with Florida A&M, the Rattlers taking the steam. Hey, we cover them all here, right? This is the way you get on top of some of these other games. You can't handicap them all. Florida A&M, they were getting 3.5 here from Pine Bluff today, and Florida A&M's taking the steam here right now in that matchup. They're down to 2 here, 1.5 move with Florida A&M. All right, let's go to the NBA, you guys. Having a great time with you guys here today. Let's start it off. Could probably skip some of these games on a busy day like today, but let's talk here. At least get your plays in here with the Jazz taking on the Mavericks here in this one to start us off. That's okay, especially when you got no Cooper Flag here going in this one for the Mavericks here. Bellarmine and Eastern Kentucky extra board steam coming in here right now with Bellarmine and Eastern Kentucky in this one. It's the last game on the board here today. Let's update them. Is soccer scores ever coming in back here? Did anybody see them? Bellarmine and Eastern Kentucky. We just saw some steam to the over here. It was 154. It is the very last game on the board. 6-11, 6-12. Steam came in on the over in this one. It was 154. We're seeing that one go higher here now to 157.5. If you get on this one, some of the other bet online way behind here in this one, but steam to the over there in that one. Those soccer games ever come through here? I'll look over on my screen here when it comes through because I did see Liverpool. I think, did they just score against Burnley here? Sunderland 1-1 against Crystal Palace. Leeds and Fulham no score. Chelsea leads 1-0 as well. West Ham 1-0 over Tottenham. Chelsea 1-0 over Brentford. Okay. Great soccer, great card right now. Anybody's watching soccer, their heads are spinning here. And also I'm watching the Dubai Open. They rounded up the 3rd round out there. And hey, how about our golfers this week? You got me. I got the guy in last play. One guy withdrew, so I picked the guy who's 15 over. That was a terrible call. He was 66-1. I read up a little bit about this guy, this course, and he went out there and choked. But we do have 2 guys here, I think, in the top 10, I want to say. Right now at the Sony Open. Of course, we have Chris Goddard up. He ended up shooting a 69 there yesterday. And there was an issue there a little bit with that one. End up shooting a 69. And we also have Perry, the Englishman. He is tied for 6th right now. So I think we're in pretty good position here right now with that one. Okay, VAR has already made his call on this game. Man, I got to get rolling here on the NBA, huh? Jazz and Mavericks. In this one, you've got Dallas here favored by 3. The total 241.5. Now, I'm wondering how they're going to get all these points together today with all these players out of this game. It doesn't feel like, we're not only missing, key players here like Cooper Flagg, but Anthony Davis has been out now. Daniel Gafford is out of this game. PJ Washington, he's out of this game. Max Christie is probable for the Mavs. For the Jazz, Lauri Markkanen, he's out here. So the best player for the Jazz is out. So you're missing 28 points from Markkanen, 20 points from Davis, all the points from Flagg. You're missing some Gafford in there. How are they going to get to 240 something points in this game? 241 or so. Now I know it's went down probably because of exactly what I'm talking about here. It opened as high as 242.5, I think it looks like here. Tough game because of the injuries here, it feels like right now. You got a Dallas team, one of the worst favorites in the league. They were 4.5. It's down to 3 now. I think Cooper Flagg is going to be the kind of guy that gets triggered a little bit by all the bettors, if you will, the public bettors, because, not that Lauri Markkanen is not a great player, but he is probably the best player. Anthony Davis notwithstanding, but with him out too right now for Dallas, just seems like it's gonna be hard to get to. Maybe those are the types of players where then the game becomes more of a playground game, and they get a bunch. But you got Dallas here 4-11 against the spread as a favorite. They're also 4-11 to the under as a favorite in those games. So if it goes under, you got to think Utah will probably come in here and be able to get the job done. It's Utah that's 23-18 against the spread so far this season. I mean, this is where they've kind of excelled a little bit. But again, Markkanen has kind of been one of those guys that, Markkanen's in, you take Utah. Markkanen's out, you don't take Utah. But again, the big question mark there is, the situation with, Cooper Flagg as well. So what can you really do? What are you looking to do here in this one today? Let's go to the comments here a little bit. Greg says, didn't Dallas just beat these turkeys by 25 points? Yeah, Dallas won it. 144-122 just 2 nights ago. Dallas got the cover. That was at Dallas, so they're playing the old duplex game here that Mike likes to talk about. In fact, it's actually the 3rd time they've met in 2 weeks, and they've already played 2 other meetings this year. Utah won the other 2 meetings at home, and then Dallas won here at home. So see what you got here in this one between Utah and Dallas today. I'll go through the picks here in the chat. This one's at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific time, with Utah taking on Dallas here today. And Robert's on Dallas here. R. Thompson's on the under. Mavs for VAR. Under here for Robert as well. Greg says 122, 120 there. It's revenge for Utah. But again, Utah won the first 2 at home. I kind of agree, though. I kind of want to take Utah. I just wish that Markkanen, obviously, you wish he was in there. I just, the lesser of 2 here, I think you got 2 big-time players out. Maybe 3. You got Gafford out too. I'll try Utah plus the points in this one. That's going to be a free play on the morning steam. That's about it, I think, there. I'll try Utah. Next up, we're going to go kind of quickly, you guys, here. We just had some steam actually coming on North Dakota. North Dakota took the steam here in their matchup today with South Dakota. We saw the steam come in on the over here earlier in this one with North Dakota, but right now we're seeing that steam come in. Also, the total's moving higher here again in this matchup. Let me see what we can do with this one. South Dakota and North Dakota. I might have a play in this one here real quick. Let's see. Right now, North Dakota they were a 1-point dog. They're now a 2.5-point favorite. The total here is currently at 1 58.5 at some books, 160 or so, kind of like the over in this game here with North Dakota and South Dakota. Now I'm going to put a play in right now here on the show with over with South Dakota and North Dakota play right here on the morning Steam. Steam did come in over. I think it got dummied up. I'm going to go over in this one with South Dakota and North Dakota here on the morning Steam show. Okay, got to keep it moving here right now. Celtics and Hawks here in this one. You got Celtics coming in here off a win. The Hawks have lost 2 in a row here right now. Hawks with losses to the Lakers and Portland. They were hot, remember, before that. Boston here, all of a sudden, they've been knocked down a few times here with losses to Denver, San Antonio, and to Indiana. But they did beat Miami last time out here right now. You know, for Boston, they are 13-8 against the spread on the road. Atlanta's 7-11 against the spread at home here. Taking a look at our injury report, though, real quick, because right now, let's see, Pritchard is doubtful in this game for Boston here. For Atlanta, Dyson Daniels questionable. KP still out. Ricochet out in this one as well. So see what you got here with Boston and Atlanta. We can cover a few trends here with these two. Boston comes in here having covered just one of the last 6 meetings overall against Atlanta. Atlanta's lost 11 of their last 16. Boston just 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games, despite the fact they've won 10 of their last 14 games overall this season. So let's see here right now. I'm showing a 3.5 point, almost 3.5 here a little bit right now in this one. But, man, I'm going to take the Atlanta Hawks here at home against Boston. I'm going to take the dog here in this one. I want to say hello to a new chatter here. I want to say hello to FB Gotti. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. Maybe we've seen him before, but he leans to the over here. I think is in this game or the last one. All right. And Greg FB, I think these are just Greg's predictions here a little bit. I think that's his ratings a little bit. Here's a bar on the Celtics, and R. Tom's is on the Celtics. Tom's with me on Utah there in that other one. And I like Atlanta here in this one. Robert liking the under here. Probably going to think this one could and should go under. Starting to see some sharp action a little bit to the over, but yeah, probably with Robert there on that one. All right, got to keep it going here in the NBA. Next up, Suns taking on the Knickerbockers here. Suns on the road as a dog. I think that's where you want them, but the Knicks, we already know they're one of the best home favorites in the league right now. You got the Suns 29-12, pretty much the best spread team in the league. They've been so hot. They've been hot as mercury here of late for the Phoenix Suns. They've won 9 of their last 13. They've covered 7 of the last 8 games. The Knicks are a dismal 3-13 against the spread in their last 16. They've dropped 7 of their last 9, and they've failed to cover in 5 of their last 6 games at home. Man, the Suns here, yeah, they tasted defeat in back-to-back games here on the road, where we know that maybe they're not as solid. They're still, like I said, 14-8 ATS, but they lost to Miami and Detroit. Both of them pretty good teams, but again, so are the Knicks still. Now, the Knicks do have some a few concerns here right now with Brunson. He's definitely questionable in this game. That's a big factor, but so is Devin Booker. He's questionable in this game as well. Both guys got a turned ankle because someone told me earlier tonight they don't wear high tops. They don't wear high tops, so they're spraining their ankles out there. So let's see what you have here in this one with the Suns and the Knicks. The Suns have gone under in 6 of their last 7 games, but the Knicks have gone over in 12 of their last 18. They're 13-8 to the over at home and 20-16 to the over as a favorite. The Suns have been going under here for sure of late. Let me see what you guys have here in this one. Phoenix taking on the Knickerbockers here at Madison Square Garden, 7:40 Eastern, 4:40 Pacific here. In this one, man, I like the Suns. I think here I'm going to take the Suns today to get this one done. Maybe even on the money line. Give me the Suns here over the Knicks in this one. We're seeing some big time steam on some bigger games here right now. I know you guys laugh at me when we're talking about Alabama A&M, but how about this one? Clemson here taking the steam. I think this one's in the preview today. Clemson at home. They were 4.5 against Miami of Florida. This is a good game here, right? You look at this one with Miami and Clemson today. Clemson comes in 15-3. Miami comes in 15-2. Clemson's up to a 5.5 point favorite. The steam also came in on the over here, but right now it's at 144 here in this one. Steam did come in on the over, but it hasn't moved too high there. So we'll see when we get to the previews if we get there in the colleges. But right now the steam just came in on the Clemson Tigers. Also just moments ago, the Kentucky Wildcats, they took the steam in their matchup with Tennessee. Tennessee was a 6.5 point favorite, but the steam just came in on Kentucky. Dig, we are Kentucky. Those cats will rock you. They are getting 5.5 now from Tennessee. Got the plays coming in from you guys. Good morning to Elliot Jameson. He likes the Suns and the over there. Also, VAR. He's on the over, I believe, in that one. And look at, he said 225, and I think it has moved up here, right? Do I have the right total on the screen there? Yeah. Suns over for our Tomps. Greg says Phoenix will win. Brunson is not playing. He's questionable here. And Tom Redcard likes the Celtics in that matchup with the Hawks. All right, we did see some steam come in just a few moments ago, and it was Iowa and Indiana. Another good one here today with steam to the over. I was on a show last night talking about this one, how I liked it to go over, and now the steam has come in on the over between Iowa and Indiana. It was 143, but the steam came in here on this matchup to the over, and right now we're up to 145.5 at circa here between
steam play
Iowa and Indiana. Also just seconds ago, Georgia State is taking some steam here right now. Georgia State in their matchup today with UL Monroe. This is in our 10-pack preview, not the side, but the total, but still Georgia State just took the steam seconds ago, and Georgia State here is up to about a 7-point favorite right now at circa. Also, just seconds ago, the steam came in. James Madison and Marshall. We're seeing some steam here to the under here in this one. It was 152. We're seeing steam to the under here with James Madison and Marshall. This one's down to 149.5 right now. Steam to the under. Seconds ago, Fullerton and Riverside. We're seeing some steam here to the under in this one between Fullerton and Riverside. This one is on the move. We're not just making this up to, I'm going to sit here for 2 hours. These are moves that are occurring in real time. Right now, Fullerton and Riverside steam to the under here. It was 158.5. We're seeing the steam come in right now. It's down to 156.5 here at Bet Online. Also, just seconds ago, it was Missouri, Kansas City here taking the steam in their matchup with South Dakota State. And Kansas City here right now is taking the steam here in this one. They were a 14-point dog, but they took the steam here just seconds ago. Mo KC, they were getting 14.5 actually. Mo KC taking that steam, and here it is. It's down to 13.5 here in this one. All right, and we're going to get your plays right now on the game between the Knicks and the Suns. Here's over for Public Enemy. Here is Suns +3 for Tom, over for Fernando. He might lean there. 9 Legacy Utah on the spread, Celtics on the spread, Suns on the spread. Celtics ain't beating the Hawks, says Public Enemy. Fernando liking the over here in that one. All right. Next up, we've got the Pacers taking on the Pistons here. We're going to get the Malice and the Palace in this one with the Pacers here on the road. Look at that spread, though, with a 12-point spread here today with the Pistons favored in this one.
Final.
Big number here. That's actually a little bit lower than what we saw. I think it was a 13 kind of overnight here. Man, you talk about a couple teams putting down some unders, though, right now. Let's take a look at this one. You got Indiana coming here off of a win. Both teams have been hot, no doubt about it. Both teams off of a win. Indiana beat New Orleans. Detroit beat Phoenix here. Both teams have been clicking here of late for Indiana right now. They come in here having won 4 of their last 5. They've covered 5 of their last 6 overall. They've also covered 8 of the last 10 meetings against the Detroit Pistons. Detroit's won 4 of their last 5. Indiana's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games coming in. Detroit's gone under in 6 straight. 5 straight games at home have gone under for the Pistons. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone over, but Indiana 6-12 to the under on the road. I got to go with the under in this one with Indiana and Detroit here today. You're welcome to make your picks here, and I'll get it in. But first, Texas just took some steam here. Big time. Texas in their matchup today against Texas A&M. Texas was a 4.5-point favorite. They just took the steam. Man, you got to think this is going to be a high-scoring game today. I think the total looks a little low. Actually, but let me take a look at this steam on Texas, 759, 760 here. Right now it is Texas is up to a 6-point favorite right now, about a 1.5 move. What's the total at? It's up to 166 there. I like the over. I'm going to give out a play. We're not previewing this one, but it's Texas A&M and Texas after all. And still a pretty good game, right? You got Texas A&M coming in here 13-4, Texas 11-6. Give me the over with Texas A&M and Texas at 166. There, it's moved higher here today for sure. Let's go to the Pacers and the Pistons. Get your comments. I'm on the under there, I think, in that one. I am. Pacers for personal account, Pistons and the under for Elliott. Greg here says Detroit by 13. Here's VAR liking the under with me. Robert likes the Pistons to rock the Pacers here today. Next up is the Wolves taking on the Spurs here in this one. We've got news that we've got to follow here a little bit. Not only here, Wemby avoided a scare there yesterday. He went out of that game there yesterday for the time being. And also just to note, wasn't yesterday, right? It was 2 days ago against Milwaukee. He came back and went back in. But just to note, these two teams did play 6 days ago. Minnesota won at 104-103 as a 2.5-point favorite. Minnesota has dominated the Spurs here of late. Minnesota's won 5 straight meetings against San Antonio, but they're only 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games against them. San Antonio, of course, has won 13 of their last 20, and San Antonio 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games overall. San Antonio's gone under in 8 straight games coming into this one here, and look, they're favored by a pretty good margin here in this one at 6.5. And we'll see. I mean, Minnesota is, obviously playing pretty well here as well. They did lose to Houston yesterday. They're on the back-to-back, so I think that's where the problem lies here a little bit for them. But, hey, they beat San Antonio, as we said. Then they beat Milwaukee after that, remember, without Anthony Edwards. And we'll see if Edwards can make this lineup here tonight. He is questionable in this game, so we'll see. Hasn't been in there, but I'm going to take the under in this one. I don't know if Edwards going to make this lineup. Give me the under at 228.5 is my play here on the Morning Steam Show. I'll take under with Minnesota and San Antonio here tonight. We're halfway through. Let me get your plays in the chat on this one. It's going to be, there's Philly Eagle Flyers stopping by. He's got under in the Flyer, over in the Flyers game for Philly Eagle Flyer. Here's NYC Bar on the Spurs. And Greg said he was talking with Malice in the Palace from Timberwolves here for personal account. Indiana on the spread. Full game under there for 9 Legacy. Tom Rakar likes the Pacers in this one. Next up, Thunder taking on the Heat. Oh, boy, look at the Thunder. 10.5-point favorites. The Heat are having a little bit of a hiccup here right now. Thunder are back to their winning ways. Doesn't take long to get them all fired up again to start winning. They've won 5 straight right now, although they are just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7. They were winning but weren't covering for a few games now. They've won and covered against San Antonio and Houston back in their last 2. Meanwhile, Miami comes in off of a loss to Boston. They've won just one of their last 5 games, actually overall coming in. Miami's just 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 games at home against OKC, but they're getting a bushel full of points right here in this one because, hey, they're struggling a little bit. Tyler Hero's questionable. Davion Mitchell's out. Jaquez is out as well. Hartenstein out for Oklahoma City here. I don't know if it's enough to sway me necessarily here in this one. That's a lot of points, man. And Miami does a pretty good job at home. I mean, they're 12-9 against the spread at home, 13-8 against the spread as an underdog. Thunder, they're just like a 500 team against the spread. Sometimes they cover, sometimes they don't. Usually it's just a matter of how many, when you start to get these double digits a little bit, you start to wonder if they can, keep covering. They just keep taxing them, and you eventually just got to draw the line and say, hey, enough is enough. I mean, even with some injured players here, maybe Miami can at least hang in here, or is OKC, getting a little angry? They lost a few games there of late, but like I said, they're back to winning. So, okay, let me hear from you in the chat, I guess, and I'll make my call here in this one. But I don't know, maybe I already did. Let me see here. See what you guys have in this one. I know the Sharps are going to be on OKC here, but I'm not sure I can get behind that. I'm going to take the Miami Heat, actually, with these points now at 10.5. Man, I was only getting 9.5 earlier, and I'm still betting the Thunder today. Here we go with you guys. Let's take a look. Oh, sorry, I missed some of these plays here. Elliott on the under in that Wolves game. Public Enemy on the Wolves. Here comes some action. That Spurs score there. Wolves team total over for Fernando. Thank you, Fernando. Robert likes the Thunder here for sure, and Heat the under for Elliott. Heat here for Var. Robert liking the under as well. Greg with his predicted score there. Our Tom's on the over. Fernando liking the OKC team total under. Public Enemy likes the Heat in this one. Greg says, hey, the Thunder, didn't they blow out Houston the other day? Yeah, I think we covered that. I think we said that there. They won by 20 on the road as a 4.5-point favorite. And Timberwolves here for Tom on that other game. So give me the Heat here in this one. All right, we know it's always a big deal when Curry goes down to Charlotte. Remember back on, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day or something like that, when the Warriors went down to take on Charlotte. Now we're back in San Francisco here for this one with the Warriors favored by 7, total 234.5. Got to pass along a little bit of steam here right now with Kansas State. They're taking the steam here right now in their matchup tonight with Oklahoma State, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Oklahoma State was laying 4.5 to Kansas State, but the steam's coming in right now on K-State, and they are down here too, plus 2.5. 2-point move here for K-State, taking the steam against Oklahoma State. Okay, let's take a look here right now at this one with the Hornets taking on the Warriors here. In this one, Warriors getting 6 points actually on the road here. From 7 from the Warriors here, maybe 6.5, 234.5. Charlotte, hey, they've won 2 out of their last 3 here right now with wins over the Jazz and the Lakers. This is the 4th game of the road trip for Golden State. They're in off of a pair of wins against Portland and the Knicks here at home. They've been on a long homestand right now, feeling pretty comfortable. They did lose to Atlanta, but again, the Warriors with a few wins here for sure of late. Golden State's won and covered 4 out of their last 5. They've won 5 of their last 6 at home. Charlotte has covered 7 of their last 8 games on the road, but they've lost 6 straight overall to the Warriors and are just 1-4 against the Warriors in the last 5. Charlotte, though, is 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 games overall. 14 of the last 17 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Charlotte's 13-21 to the under as an underdog. I got to take the under in this one with Charlotte and Golden State. Give me the under here. That should be a premium, but I'm going to go with it here right now on the show. It's obviously gone down here a little bit from 236 down to 235. Was even 234.5 at some spots. Give me the under here in this one with Charlotte and Golden State. Take a look at some of the picks here, maybe in this one. I want to say hello, and Smart Money Bets is here today. Hi, Smart Money Bets. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you. Hey, you're always welcome to pass along one of your Smart Money plays to us. Tom Reghard like the Wolves there. There's VAR on the Warriors. Bobby Mack on the Warriors. Warriors in a blowout. Warriors and under. Am I the only one interested in the Hornets here today? Thunder on the spread in that other game there. Every year this time, the Thunder steps up, man. We're starting to hear a lot of talk about teams that maybe could give the Thunder a battle. Could Minnesota really do it? They're playing well when get Ant back in there and all. But here's Tom Reghard on the Heat. Just seems like that, the Thunder, man. Come on. Greg here, he says, I think this would be a vote for the Hornets here. Next up, we have the Wizards taking on the Nuggets here. Hey, the Wizards have beaten the Nuggets in both the last 2 meetings, so you got to think the Wizards are going to win this one, don't you? They're getting 12.5 here. They're on another losing streak right now, so maybe not. Washington here has lost 5 straight. They failed to cover in 5 straight. I love this. I love these young guys on Washington. You guys like them too. You guys keep saying it with Keyshawn George. I like Bub Carrington. I know he's not a scorer there, but Middleton accepts his role. I know Mr. Weskers makes fun of Anthony Sarr, but of Alex Sarr, but I think they've got some good young talent. Just they suck. For Washington here, they've lost 6 of their last 8 against Denver. Denver's won and covered 5 straight. 5 out of the last 6. They're just fine without Jokic in there, right? Look, we're never going to kick him out, but they've stepped up in his absence. And Jamal Murray is probable here. Even when Murray's missed, they've actually been okay. Christian Brown, he's out. Valanciunas remains out at this time. Bruce Brown reported on the injured list today. He's probable. Aaron Gordon probable as well. So Nuggets have plenty of injuries. Wizards do too. Vucevic is questionable. Middleton's questionable. Koulibaly is out today. Still no Trae Young. You wonder if he'll ever play for Washington here. So let's see what you have, though, in this one with Denver. Pretty big favorite here. Total is 232, maybe even 231.5 here at a few places right now. But I'll hear from you in the chat, see what you have here with Washington and Denver today. We've knocked out this card pretty well. We're almost done here, actually, with the card. I would think this one's going over between these two at 232. Give me the over here in this one. I think for me, it's more about Denver in this game. They're 21-8 to the over as a favorite here. Yeah, Washington goes under, but I'm going to take the over here in this one. You're welcome to comment in the chat. Here we go with Nuggets in the under, says Elliot. Charlotte back there on that other game. There's Greg, Tom Reghard. I'm moving so fast. I'm sorry, you guys. We got so many games, but keep commenting. Your game, sometime someday I'm gonna get that thing where I talk about scooping up all the chat. I saw where I can maybe post it on X and make a file out of it. I don't know where I'm grabbing the transcript, putting all your plays in there, so it'll be one resource where you can go in and see, if you wanted to, who everybody was on, or maybe who the consensus was on as well. And it works pretty good. It's just a matter of timing, and I gotta set it up. I'm sometimes busy. I don't know. One last game here tonight. Lakers and Blazers. Here in this one, you've got Portland favored by 3.5, total 223.5 here in this one. Lakers are struggling. There's something wrong with this team right now. I don't know what it is. Coach says he knows what it is, but maybe it's LeBron after all. But Portland is the favorite here. I mean, that should be the dead giveaway, I would guess, right now, right? 3.5 and 224 here in this one. Maybe this is the spot where the Lakers get a little bit perturbed. They are 11-9 against the spread on the road. Portland 13-8 against the spread at home. Portland's not a good favorite. 5-9 ATS. Lakers did win here in Portland, 123-115. They were a 9.5-point dog in that game, but they weren't. They all both. I believe both James and Luka were out in that game. Luka, can you please just stop arguing? Yeah, they were both missing in that game. Hachimura had 28, Ayton had 29, LaRavia had 11. They were both missing in the game, and they still won as a 9.5-point dog. So maybe, just maybe, here that could be a factor. Portland did win at LA 122-108. Here, I would imagine this total looks a little low actually here. I know sometimes these games here. Let's see what you guys have in this one. I would think I got to go with Portland. I think it's a dead giveaway. It feels like Lakers are 1-4 straight up against the spread in their last 5. They have beaten Portland in 7 of their last 9, so maybe they do have their number. And also 6-2 against the spread, last 8 against Portland. Portland's won 6 of their last 8. They're playing about as well as they have. They're coming in off of a win over Atlanta. They did lose to the Knicks and to the Warriors, but they were winning games before that, and they've done a nice job here of late. 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone under. Portland's gone under in 12 of their last 15 games, but as a favorite, they're 11-3 to the over. I'm taking Portland here in this one, and that's probably why I like that over there a little bit. But give me Portland here tonight to beat the Lakers, cover. They'll beat them up. Obviously, I don't know anything about the Lakers. I took them in that game against Charlotte, and they got blown out, so I'll take Portland here. And if the Lakers do it, then I'll know I'm backwards. That's it for the NBA. Let's get your comments real quick, and then we're going to go to college ball, and it's going to be quick because there are 13 games, don't forget, in the NHL, and we want to finish this up in the next 30 minutes if we can. All right, here, let's see. Heat in there for Tom. And Greg with his prediction there. There's Fernando liking the Warriors. Nuggets in the under for Elliott. Charlotte on the spread for 9 Legacy. And Hornets here for Tom. Nuggets first half. Moneyline here says Public Enemy. Robert's on the Blazers in the finale. Elliott, Blazers and over. Greg here looking at the Blazers to win. 9 Legacy likes the Wizards, and Tom likes the Wizards in those games against Denver there. All right. Thanks, you guys. Great job. Hope you don't mind me bouncing all over the place like this. Let's go to some great games in college basketball. We've already talked about this one a little bit with Kentucky taking on Tennessee here at noon Eastern and 9 Pacific. One of the featured games of the day here with Tennessee favored in this one by 6. Total 147.5 here right now. Again, I'm not going to probably update them if there's not a 2-point move. So listen carefully. Kentucky's won 2 straight coming in this one, wins over LSU and Mississippi State. Kentucky's been a dreadful cover so far, 0-3 ATS on the road, 1-3 ATS as a dog. They've failed to cover in 7 of their last 10. Speaking of which, Tennessee's failed to cover also in 7 of their last 10 games coming into this one. But Kentucky's 5-2 against the spread. Their last 7 against Tennessee, 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Tennessee's been an over team so far this year, 11-6 to the over, including 8-5 to the over at home, 7-4 to the over as a favorite.
Final.
Kentucky's kind of been going under here. They've gone under in 5 of their last 7. They're 1-3 to the under as an underdog. So, man, I'm kind of a believer right now. I'm trying to get Kentucky to come back a little bit. We failed in that game against LSU. We took them laying the points, and I think they won, but end up losing here against the spread. But man, I kind of want to take Kentucky here in this one. And give me Kentucky. I'm gonna chase that steam today. Give me the Cats here against the Balls. In this one, look, teams met here in Tennessee last year, and in the SEC tournament. Remember, it was 78-65. Tennessee rocked them there. It wasn't it was the Sweet 16 actually in that game. It was the third meeting of the year between the two teams. Kentucky won the first 2 meetings, once at Tennessee, once at home, and then once they met in the NCAA Sweet 16 in Indianapolis, Tennessee rocked them there at that time in that tournament game. So I'm going to take Kentucky, though, here in this one against the Balls today. I know they haven't looked that great here talking about UK, but Tennessee, they won 5 of their last 7, but have failed to cover, and like I said, in 7 of their last 10. So I'm going to take a close game there. Let's see what you got here in this one, if anything, with looks like over here for VAR. Greg here is liking Tennessee there a little bit. Our Tom's on Kentucky, and Robert takes the under here in this one. And that's what I want. I want to be able to go back and, might be able to run it through Chat GPT and then show who had good picks too. But now Chat GPT is going to have ads, so you better subscribe to my plays because no, I don't. Oh, hey guys, check this out right now. By the way, the Steam that just came in right now, and I'll show it to you here, maybe on my other device here real quick. It's on the game we just mentioned. The Steam is coming in on the under right now in the game between Kentucky and Tennessee. Hello. This one is getting hit hard to the under here right now. 145.5. Here comes that steam as we speak. Kentucky and Tennessee steam to the under here. Was that you, Robert, that hit that one real quick? Let me see if I can dial it up here and show it on the screen here a little bit with that steam that just came in. Kentucky and Tennessee steam to the under just now here on the Morning Steam Show. Great timing. Hey, we're also getting a little bit of news here real quick, I think here. Josh Hart has been placed on the injury report today for the Knicks. So not only is Brunson questionable, but Josh Hart is now questionable. And the line is moving in Phoenix's favor here right now down to 2.5 here even because of this news that just came out. Although, ironically enough, maybe an indication of Hart's ability, but the total is risen dramatically here from 223.5 to 226 on that injury news right now. Hart has just been named on the injury report here just a few moments ago, and that's why you watch us here on the Morning Steam Show. Okay, a few more picks here. With Public Enemy, he's on Tennessee. 9 Legacy on Tennessee. Right, that's right, Greg. You called it right there on that one. The King come back on that one for sure, and I was left with a loser. Steam coming in here, Mount St. Mary's and Canisius just moments ago with the under here, man. You know it. That one was coming here today with Mount St. Mary's and Canisius. I mean, how does this game not go under? These two teams are solid unders this season. Mount St. Mary's and Canisius. It was 135.5, and we're seeing it move lower here right now to 133 at circa just moments ago here on the Morning Steam Show. Also, want to mention here real quick, Duquesne has announced that 3 players are out of this game here today. McDermott, Anish, and Prula all out of this game for Duquesne today. That just in here along the high-speed sports wire. Also, Fordham's Ruhr Akar, the forward, he is out today as well. All right, let's keep it moving here right now with our previews, and let's go next. UCLA and Ohio State. In this one, you've got the Buckeyes here. We already talked about the steam that came in there on UCLA, driving that thing from 4.5 down to 3.5. And let's see where we stand now after a few more minutes here in this matchup at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific, with the Bruins on the road here taking on the Buckeyes. It's now up to 5, and the total 146. Whoa, it's up to 5? All right, a little bit of reverse steam action there here right now. Okay, I got you. Hey, man, I'm willing to take this here, I think, with the Bruins here right now in their matchup. Let me just check the total, though, and see here in this one, see what's going on, actually, see if we have some news in this one. Yeah, Ohio State, they've definitely moved here from 2.5 up to 4.5 right now, but back down here right now with the Bruins in this one. And man, I want to take UCLA in this one. Call me crazy here, but I'm on the Bruins. I'm not chasing the steam anymore, but I want to take UCLA in this matchup today here with Ohio State on the road here. UCLA has won 2 straight right now with wins over Maryland. They just beat Penn State on this road trip already. 71-60 is a 4.5-point favorite. Ohio State, meanwhile, beat Oregon, but then lost to Washington. So I'm going to take the Bruins here plus 4.5 or 5 in this one. I think I like that, actually. UCLA's won 5 of their last 7. They've gone under in 5 straight conference games. Ohio State's gone under in 5 of their last 6. Buckeyes just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. They have looked pretty good at home. They're 7-2 at home so far this season. And we'll note Bruins 0-4 straight up as an underdog, 1-3 ATS, but I'm going to take them here today. Tom's on UCLA, Bar's on UCLA as well. Let's take the Bruins here today. Keep it moving here right now. Got it, man. Florida and Vandy here in this one. Great game, big game here with Florida on the road. They're going to be a dog here. We saw Vandy finally lose a game. How about that? Dropped their 16-game winning streak. Vandy's ranked 10th. Florida comes in here ranked 19th. They're 12-5. I think they've recovered nicely here from those losses. They played a tough schedule. I mean, they did lose to Missouri. They've lost to some teams they probably shouldn't have lost to, but they were just kind of getting it going here a little bit, it feels like, for Florida. See what you got here in this one. Vandy at home here right now. And favored by 2. Vandy 10-7 against the spread. Florida 4-1 ATS on the road. 2-0 ATS as a dog here. Florida's won 7 of their last 8, but they're just 1-4 against the spread. Their last 5 against Vanderbilt, although they have defeated Vanderbilt in 11 of the last 14 games. Vandy's covered 4 of their last 6. Vandy's gone under in 5 of the last 6 games against Florida, but I don't know if that, is it still 160? Because I have a feeling that this thing is going to be a bit more of a track meet today with Florida visiting here against Vandy right now. That total is, yeah. I was on a show. Okay, you got me. We already talked about the steam that came in on the over. Let me fix the total. I was on a show last night. I said 160. Oh, I'm going. It was maybe 160.5. It was not a typo. You can look back. Anybody who has the right. This thing opened about 160.5. It's up to 167 here right now. So look, I know a few things on the sports betting. This sports betting thing. Now it's 167 here. Get myself some CLV there on that one. I'm going to take Vandy here to get it back going here against Florida today. They're going to take it out on Florida here, probably. I'll take Vandy in this one. Let's see what you got. Anybody watch me on that show last night? I said go over 160, and now it's 167. Okay, be fair. I said 160.5 last night. I didn't know it was moving up 7. Maybe I did. Florida here for VAR. And Come on, Gators, says Mr. Weskers. And a close one there for Vandy. All right. Oh, man, hope you guys are having a great time like me here. Iowa and Indiana. We already talked about the steam that came in on the over here. This was another one where I was on a show last night. I said I like the over in this one. I think it was at 143 on that show, and now we're up to 145.5 here in this one with Iowa and Indiana here. Game 661, 662. In fact, 145 right now. We're also seeing it go up to about 3.5 here right now for Indiana in this one. I mean, that's not a lot of respect here for this Iowa team. Yeah, you got Indiana at home here right now, but man, Iowa, look, this is a good game. I mean, I know that's for sure. Here in this one, let's see what you got in the chat, but Iowa comes in here 12-5. Indiana comes in here 12-5. Both teams struggling of late. Iowa with 3 straight losses to Minnesota, Illinois, and Purdue. Covered against Purdue. IU, meanwhile, lost to Nebraska and to Michigan State. Iowa's 12-5 against the spread this season. Indiana's just 3-7 ATS their last 10, but they are 8-4 against the spread as a favorite. So you got to give them that much anyway here. Maybe that will could propel them to get a home cover here, but see what you got here in this one. I think I want to try to ride with Iowa here. And let's see what you guys got in this one. Iowa for Robert, and that's it. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, I'm satisfied. Give me Iowa here. Got my man on the Hawks and Public Enemy on Indiana, though. However, Elliott's on Iowa. Greg's got it close here. Okay, we talked about this one. Good one, huh? Miami. Are we even going to have time for the NHL? Miami and Clemson here in this one. This is what we're here for. Miami 15-2, unranked somehow. Miami here. Clemson 15-3. They're ranked 22nd coming in. A lot of disrespect out here, huh? Miami's 4-0 against the spread on the road so far. Clemson 11-7 against the spread overall this season coming in. So look, this one opened here pretty much right here. Maybe the total's gone down a little bit here from 145 down to 143.5 or so right now, showing 144, maybe even a little higher here at a few books actually in this matchup. So see what you got here with the Miami, Florida, and Clemson. We've already seen the steam come in on Clemson, and we mentioned it, right? And I've said that Miami number looks a little funky to me. I'm going to take the over in this one with Miami and Clemson. Give me the over here. Look, the trends will tell you under, I'm sure, in this game, but I'm going to go with the eye test a little bit in this one and take the over here with Miami and Clemson here today. Miami's gone over in 8 straight games, actually, coming in. They've won 10 straight. They've won 4 out of the last 6 against Clemson and covered 6 out of the last 8. It's Clemson that's an under team. They're actually under in 7 of their last 9, and they're 3-8 to the under at home. But I'm going to go over in this one with Miami of Florida and Clemson. 11 of the last 14 meetings between these two teams have gone over, and I'm going to take the over in this one. Here we go with VAR on Clemson, Hurricane money line for 9 Legacy, Roberts on Miami, Elliott's on Clemson, and Canes can win this one. I think they can too. I'm not sure. I'm going to go with the over here. I've said chase the steam, and I better at least fix it here. It's obviously gone up. Like I said, steam came in on the over. It's about 144.5, and I'm still taking the over in this one between Miami and Clemson. Look at this one here. A U of A going into Central Florida. We've already seen Central Florida beat Kansas. Now, Kansas is starting to wake up a little bit here, it looks like. They're obviously going to be a little bit better than their record indicates. Hey, here's interesting steam that came in. Detroit and IU Indianapolis. Even though we've made fun of IU Indy because of their they try to play at a fast pace and they actually suck at it. The Steam's coming in on the under here at 169.5 down to 167.5. Steam to the under here with Detroit and IU Indy. They still, the point being, even though they do play at the fast pace and they've actually had more unders, I think, than overs, they still are the fastest paced team, even if they're not very good at it. Here. Okay, what are you going to do with this one? Man, Arizona here on the road against Central Florida. I think the spread has actually moved in Central Florida's favor here. A little bit tricky here. But like I said, we've already seen Central Florida pull off a big upset. No, it's still 9.5. Give me Central Florida in this one. Look, Central Florida's 14-2. Yes, Arizona's great. They're probably going to be a Final Four team at this point. But we've seen Central Florida. They get you in a little bit of a trap down there, it feels like right now. I'm going to take Central Florida. I might even moneyline this game with Central Florida here tonight. Yeah, Central Florida, they're in the Big 12, and they're playing Arizona, getting 9.5 points. Give me Central Florida in this one. Next up, we already talked about this one a little bit here, right, with Purdue on against USC. I think I've already committed to USC here, right? Plus the points. We said Purdue took that steam, and I said, I don't want it. I want USC in this one. So give me USC here at home. I know we're going to skip some of the trends here. We got to really kick ass here right now. Hopefully for new visitors, I usually break down these games on the weekdays in depth, but we're rolling here right now. Total 157 in this one on that widely reported steam. Give me USC at home. SC comes in 14-3, Purdue 6-1. Robert liked the over in that last matchup. Greg here, there. Let's see. Too many points. Take UCF. Keep them coming, you guys. I'll still pop them up there on the screen. How about this one? Duke and Stanford here. Duke favored on the road by 10. Look, Stanford, hey, we saw what Stanford is made of. Now, look, high IQs only for this one. I guess they probably wouldn't even let me in the gym here, but you do have Duke favored in this one now by 11. By 11 now at circa here. So look, the sharp side is obviously going to be Duke here. Actually, are they baiting you into taking? Do they ever bait you into taking Stanford here? I don't know, but with Duke here, kind of a big favorite here right now, 11.5. We just saw the stud young freshman from Stanford set that record here recently with that, or in the last game, right? In that last win. Now Duke comes in here on a long winning streak, but Stanford got that win over UNC, 95-90. UNC plays terrible defense because I think Bill Belichick is helping the coaching staff of the basketball team. But Stanford freshman Ibuka Okori, 36 points in that last game here. So look, Stanford's playing pretty well. I mean, they're no slouch. I mean, they're 14-4. They've been covering some spreads here. They're 5-1 against the spread as an underdog. Duke's failed to cover in 7 of their last 10 overall. I'm gonna try Stanford here to keep this thing within single digits here, but tell you what, it probably is more likely going to be under in this one. Maybe I made the wrong pick. Actually, let's do it. I want to take the under as well. Give me Stanford in the under. Let's parlay them up. Parlay them up. Duke in the under here. Duke money line there for Public Enemy. Robert liking the under here with me in the Duke game, or I like it with him actually. And Var likes the over though here in this one. And Elliot says take Duke still. They're still Duke. Really was impressed by that performance by the freshman there. It's obviously going to be a pro too. I think it was talked about that we're just waiting for the breakout performance, it feels like. Okay, got to do one or two more here. One more. BYU and Texas Tech here in this one. Steam came in on the over here in this game, 791 and 792. I've lost my mind. I've lost my place. Okay, here we go with this one. BYU here. Just give me the over here. I like the over. I know it's already shot up here quite a bit right now. It's actually at 163.5 here at some books. So paying a little bit of a tax here right now. I'm still going to go over with BYU and Texas Tech. That's it for the colleges. Thank you, you guys. And Greg obviously has not seen. Greg has not seen Ibuka. Greg has not seen Ibuka in there with his 36 points. Okay, Texas Tech here for VAR. Let's go to hockey quickly. I might be just giving out the plays here at this point, but I do want to at least show you the lines, show you the games. I think I have some good plays here. So we're coming off some good wins there. I know we got the push in San Jose last night, but we did have the over in Florida and Carolina. We also had a sports money winner yesterday. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We had the winner with the Nashville and Colorado game to go over there yesterday, and we also had the Ducks over the Kings. So let's bring you some hockey winners if we can. This is where we've been doing pretty well. We'll do some, and I think we'll have an extended hockey package on the premiums here on my sports money premium. So make sure you're locked up, hooked up, and subscribing there. Don't forget, we hopefully will have time for the drawing here. I don't know if we will. In fact, I'll probably just do a giveaway. We'll do a free giveaway for everyone at the end of the show. We'll have a promo code. Anybody wants to get 7 days for free right now, I'll say it again, but use the promo code LIVE, LILV, and that's going to get you 1 free week of my picks right now. Anybody watching this broadcast, we're not going to do a drawing tonight. If you want 7 days, go to winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code LIVE right now. My apologies because we won't going too fast here for the rest of the show. Use the promo code LIVE, get 7 days worth of picks for free from me right now. That's what I'm going to do here because we're going to need to get out of here quick right now. All right. Mostly because I want to be off the air before the noon game start. Okay, here we go. Andrew, thank you. Someone type in the word live. Type in Ramon live, and then I'll show it as a promo. Sabres here already. We haven't started yet with the. Okay, yeah, we did. Oops. Wild and Sabres. How do you not take the Sabres right now, man? We've been loving these Sabres, haven't we? They've been doing us so good. I want my own Sabres jersey. But you know what? I don't want everybody gets the trendy, red. The blue one. I want the old school blue Sabres, even the one that ties up here with 3 ties, like the old days. But Minnesota's lost 3 in a row here right now. Buffalo comes in here having won 2 straight games, and I feel like Buffalo here, pretty good price on Buffalo. Is everyone going to be on Buffalo here in this one? We're not going to break down the numbers a little bit too much in this one, but I tell you what, I am going to take the over as my play in this game with Minnesota and Buffalo with Gus and Luukkonen. I'll fire up the goalie computer if we have time here.
Lineup.
And see who's in there. Gus is confirmed in goal here for Minnesota, 14-9-5 with a 2.5 goals against average. These two teams did meet already. Buffalo won at Minnesota 3-2, but I'm going to go over today as my pick here on the Morning Steam Show. The Sharps are on the under for sure in this one, but I'm going to take the over with the Wild and the Sabres. Mr. Wesker's on the Wild. He loves hockey. Robert's on the Sabres here. Art Thompson on the Wild. Public Enemy is on the Sabres. And thank you, Art Thompson. You are awesome. We go way back, Art Thompson and I. All right, here we go. Rangers and Flyers here. The other early start, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific right now, with the Flyers favored here against the Rangers. Look, the Rangers are better on the road right now. These teams both suck. They both are on big-time losing streaks here right now. I think they both have lost 5 in a row coming into this one. So what are you going to do? Now, the Rangers are in their spot where we always take them on the road. But against the Flyers, look, Rangers have won 12 of the last 16 meetings against the Flyers, but there's no doubt. Look, the Flyers here, they're 11-4 as a favorite this year. The Rangers are 9-15 as an underdog. Now, Quick has had some bad performances here. He's really being stretched a little thin. Kolosov making just his third start of the season here, and he's 0-2 with a 2.68 goals against average here right now. So see what you want to do here. But, we've already said the Rangers, they were off to that hot start on the road, but they've kind of given it back. I know the Sharps are coming in late here on the Rangers. I'm going over again in this one. I think they're pushing it down too low. I got to take the over here with the Rangers and the Flyers. The Flyers are 27-19 to the over. Rangers are 28-20 to the under, but I'm going to take the over in this one as well. Sabres. Let's see. Flyers for our tops here. Okay, we're going fast here. Islanders and Flames in this one, 3 Eastern, 11 Pacific. Now, look, the Islanders. Now, look, I think I don't have the goalie in there, but I think it is Rittich today. And, yeah, Rittich is confirmed. I believe, and then maybe I can, hear from Mikey or somebody on this, but I believe the biggest decline from the starting goalie to the backup goalie belongs to the Islanders. I think that Sorokin is far better, and Rittich, it's a big drop when Rittich is in there. So I think these are the ones that they have some troubles. Now, Rittich is 11-5-3 with a 2.39 goals against. The Islanders play really good defensive hockey. I think that's been one of their strong points here this season. They're still just 22-6. Like I said, both these teams absolutely struggling right now with 5-game losing streaks. 12 of the last 18 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Let me see what you have here in this one. Between the Islanders and the Flames. Let me get this straight. I had it wrong, you guys. Sorry about that. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over. The Islanders have gone under in 11 of their last 14 on the road. They've also lost 8 of the last 10 to Calgary overall. Calgary just 2-5 straight up in their last 7, but they have performed a little bit better here late. They did pick up a win last time out, but so the Islanders. Calgary defeated Chicago, and the Islanders defeated Edmonton. I've got another over here. 3 games, 3 overs so far for me on Saturday. All right, hey, we're getting NBA steam here right now with Oklahoma City and Miami. Steam to the over. Just came in here with OKC and Miami. I don't know if it's personnel related here. I can sneak a peek here real quick. And it's up to 235 there right now. All right, I got to just go fast, you guys, here. Kraken and the Mammoth here, with the Mammoth laying a pretty big number here. Look, I mean, you kind of wonder, I mean, with all these 1-goal games, are we really going to get that type of game here with Utah today? I think so. Give me Utah here on the puck line against Seattle. Your comments are still welcome. We're going to go fast, so here, no stats or previews, I'm afraid. No stats or previews. Here, we're just going to show the plays. Tom Righard, thank you for your little stats there. Our Tom's on the Islanders over. Greg still over there with that Texas Tech game. All right, next up. Montreal here taking on the Senators today. Senators actually, this is kind of the role you may want to consider them here against Montreal in this one right now at $1.30 here, just because the Senators here 11-9. They also own this series a little bit against Montreal right now. They've actually won 6 of the last 7 meetings at home against Montreal coming into this one. So Montreal does have a little bit of problems here against Ottawa. I'm going to take I have the over here in this one today between the Canadian. Another over here. We'll say this: these two teams are combined 56-36 to the over this season. Montreal is 18-8 to the over as a dog, 15-9 to the over on the road, and Ottawa 20-14 to the over as a favorite. Hello, Jermaine. Greg likes Buffalo. Robert's on the under with the Kraken game. Hurricanes taking on the Devils here in this one. You've got Hurricanes look like they're a road favorite right now. in this one, $1.18, $1.20 or so. New Jersey's won 2 in a row here right now. It feels like they're in a pretty good spot, actually, in this matchup against Carolina. I don't know if I mind uh, uh, New Jersey here right now. Oh boy, we're getting short on time though, aren't we? And yeah, go ahead. I'm going to take New Jersey here. Give me New Jersey at home. All right, you guys. Thank you. Look at all of Jermaine's plays there. He's fast like me. Flyers over Anaheim, over Jets money line, Sabres money line, Bruins money line. Parlayed up today. There, Public Enemy Senators. Roberts on the Habs. Next up, Panthers taking on the Capitals here. Look, I think if we're the Capitals here, $1.40 at home. Florida having some woes here. They have won 2 of their last 3, however, beating Ottawa and Buffalo before losing to Carolina. Meanwhile, for Washington, they've been alternating wins and losses actually here of late. I think it might be Tarasov and Thompson going here in this one. And yeah, for me, I got to go with Florida here as a dog. I can't pass. I know they just got blasted here the other night. I was on the wrong end of that game, 9-1. They're on the back-to-back here. If they can't come back and play hard after losing 9-1, I want them here. Give me Florida in this one. Devils, though, for Robert in that game against the Canes. Next up, Columbus and Pittsburgh here real quick. We've got the Blue Jackets are on the road taking on the Penguins here in this one. Penguins about $1.20, $1.30. Look at this total, just keeps going higher right now, 6.5 over. Look, it's going to be hard to take the Blue Jackets here, but I've got to do it. I'm going to take the Blue Jackets in this game here tonight. Give me the Blue Jackets as a dog. They have not looked good here really of late. They have looked good here of late. Pittsburgh's lost 3 of their last 4 here, but I've got Columbus in this one. They've won 3 straight right now. Winners over Utah, Calgary, Vancouver. Problem here is the Blue Jackets are 9-21 as an underdog, but I'm taking them here. Give me the Blue Jackets tonight over Pittsburgh. Personal account. Nice job here. Jermaine on the Caps here. Public Enemy on the over. Greg liking the Rangers. Hopefully we're doing fine here, you guys. Maple Leafs taking on the Jets in this one. Jets are favored $1.30 at home, and why not in this one? The Jets are one of the hottest teams in the league. Who saw this coming after that massive losing streak? They've completely turned it around here, and now they're playing Toronto tonight, who's lost 2 in a row. Give me the over in this one. You got to go over with these two, don't you? I mean, look at this. You got both teams combined here, 55-38 to the over. Winnipeg's 15-8 to the over at home. Toronto's 12-9 to the over on the road. I got to take the over in this one, especially if it's there's some 5.5s out there for sure. All right, you guys, a 10-minute warning right now in these other games, in the noon games, and Ramon would like to get some of those bets in now that these lines have moved. So we got to go Bruins and Blackhawks here in this one. And hey, for me tonight, I'm on the Bruins here on the road at minus $1.20. Give me the Bruins here. All right, major line move. Nothing's going too fast for everybody. Maybe if I put the right graphic up there, you'd believe me. Give me the Bruins in this one. Predators taking on the Golden Knights here. Justice Annunen looks like, and maybe Hill in this one with this particular matchup here. Look, might be having some Vegas puck line regret. I took some Vegas puck line there last night. I know I've been on Nashville all the time, and maybe here in this one, I might have a little bit of regret with these two right now, taking that Vegas puck line. That's what I was on last night, and I'm having some regrets here, I think, in this one. But give me the under here tonight with Vegas and Nashville. I'm going to take the under. Next up, Oilers and Canucks here. Another one where kind of like Edmonton on the puck line here. Vancouver's lost 1 million games in a row. Give me Edmonton tonight on the puck line here. Bad losing streak here for Vancouver. And finally, let's take a look. Get these graphics up here. Kings and Ducks, they just played last night. It was 3-2, I believe, in a shootout as the Ducks got the win. Hey, we were on them last night there, and you know what? They might actually end up doing it again here in this one. But you know what? It was 3-2 last night. I'm going to think, look, I lost that one. I was on the under. I was on the over in that one. It ended up being 3-2, but give me the over again tonight. Kings and Ducks. Remember, use the promo code LIVE to get 7 free days right now. The show's over. Thank you, everybody. I got to run here, but let me see if I can't do it real quick. Use promo code LIVE to save 100%. That's what you got to do. Live 100% on Ramon's 7-day winnable package. I expect to see a bunch of subscriptions in there right now. There it is. Live. Use the promo code LILV at checkout when you subscribe for 7 days, and you'll get 7 days live from me. I want to show you how it works over at winnable.com/Ramon. Go right to it. There it is. Use the weekly package, $8 there, and use the promo code LIVE when it asks you. When you subscribe and it comes up like this, it's going to ask you to apply promo or right there. See, it says 860. I'm going to type in the word right here, live. I love this technology, man. It made me look smart. And then it comes down right there to 0, okay? And look, starting January 24th, I got to start paying $8 a week. So make sure you cancel if you don't like what you're getting. But if we win, come on, $8 a week. Appreciate everybody. Got to go. Catch you tomorrow, more morning steam. Join us tonight for the game. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you very much.
That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA, stay away from the sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to